Hey guys, we are back with some more Fate Stay Night. In the last one, we finally got to Shiro, and I think we already saw this, but I'm gonna let it play out anyways. I'll still read it. I am the bone of my sword, steel is my body, and fire is my blood. I have created over 1,000 blades, unknown to death nor known to life. Have withstood pain to create many swords. But yeah, we're finally the thing that I've been like waiting for this whole game. We're finally to Shiro. This is what I've been waiting for because I want to start making decisions, getting some bad endings, getting killed nonstop. Because that's what I've heard a lot about this game is if you mess up, you might have to go back like 13 days, make a new decision. Then you're good, stuff like that. So I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to messing up and getting murdered. When I came to, I was in a burning field. I guess there was a big fire. The familiar town had turned to ashes, and it looked like the remains of the battlefield from a movie. But that didn't last long either. The fire had died down by the time the sun rose. The tall wall of flame had shortened, and most of the buildings had fallen. It felt strange, being the only thing in that place that still had its original form. I was the only one still alive around here. I must have been really lucky, or my house was built in a very lucky spot. I don't know which it was, but the point is, I was the only one left alive. I felt that since I survived, I should live on. I started walking aimlessly because I thought it would be dangerous just to stay there. I wasn't really concerned about getting burned up like the people laying around me. Probably because over and above not wanting to be like them, I had a stronger feeling in my mind. But still, I had no hope. It was already a wonder I was still alive, so I couldn't expect to be saved. I won't survive. Whatever happens, I won't be able to escape from this red world. It was such an absolute hell that even a small child could understand it. And I collapsed. Was it because there was no air? Was it because no function was left in my body? Anyway, I collapsed, stared up at the clouded sky. Everything around me was burned up and I could see many shriveled people. The dark clouds loomed overhead, telling me it would rain soon. That's good. The fire will be put out once it rains. In the end, I sighed deeply and looked up at the sky. I say to myself that it hurts. I say so on behalf of all the people who couldn't even say so. That was 10 years ago. After that, I was miraculously saved. My body survived. But I think all the other things about me burned up and were reduced to ashes. If you take away a child's parents, home, and all such things, there's nothing left for him. That's why there's only my body. I think it's a simple story. In other words, in order to let my body live, my heart died. I'm dreaming. Huh? I squint my eyes at the white light. So bright, I think. It was uh, it was just entering my eyes when I woke up, but I'm not used to it. I probably didn't even understand what the light meant. Huh? When my eyes focus, I'm surprised. I'm lying in an unfamiliar bed in an unfamiliar room. I'm surprised but the room is so white and clean that I feel right. Also, why the freak does the audio keep disappear? All right. It took me a little bit to start this episode because for some reason OBS is all like, yeah, fam, I ain't gonna record no audio. Granted, I don't know if the scene has any audio or not, but all I had to do was like save it and then I got more audio to play. So I don't know what's happening. I'm just gonna keep going, and if the audio problem doesn't get fixed, I guess I'll put in some background music this episode instead. Um, yeah, with that being said, let's just jump back into it. Breakfast is placed on the table. A perfect my head is in a weird place. A perfect breakfast consisting of chicken salad, cooked salmon, spinach, radish, and carrot miso soup, and yam soup. Okay, so there is some audio. Itidakimasu. Don't judge me if I said that wrong. I probably did. Sakura and I bow and start our meal quietly. Yeah, there's the audio sick. There just wasn't any audio for that one little section. The sounds of her chopsticks echo. Sakura isn't the talkative type, and I'm not versatile enough to talk while eating. Naturally, mealtimes are quiet. Usually it's louder, but today the loud person is... She must have been watching spy movies late last night. last night as she's eyeing us while hiding behind a newspaper. Fujimura sensei, don't you think you should read the newspaper? Don't you think you shouldn't read the newspaper during meals? Fujini ignores Sakura's question. She's acting weird, but Fujini always acts in suspicious ways during breakfast. Sakura must be used to it, as she continues to eat with no particular care. Wow, I am off in this one. It's been like 15 minutes since the last episode. I don't know what's going on. Sakura prefers to make Western food. She learned to cook Japanese food after she started coming here to help. Fujini and I preferred Japanese, so Sakura learned to make Japanese food for our breakfast. Now she's so good that she's almost surpassed me, her teacher. The salmon is especially good as it's cooked to perfection. Her miso soup is tasty, and she has shown some capacity even for making yam soup by grinding yams. Actually, I think this is the first time she's made it. Sorry, Sakura, can you pass me the soy sauce? There you... Oh wait, Senpai, your soy sauce is empty. Fujini's will do then. Can you get it? May I, Fujimura-sensei? Fujini nods. Her newspaper trembles. There you go. Are you going to use it on the yam soup? Yeah, you usually put the soy sauce on yam soup, right? I put the soy sauce onto the white yam soup. After stirring it, I put it on the rice and take a bite. The stickiness of the yam and the taste of the soy sauce. Oh, this is terrible. This is oyster sauce. I almost throw it back up. And then... I'm not going to do the laugh. You heard the laugh. Fujini throws her newspaper away. How's that? It was my plan to switch the labels earlier this morning. The female spy throws her arms to show her happiness. What are you thinking? You're always like this even though you'll be turning 25 this year. She's only 24? Alright. Haha. Did it teach you a lesson for what you did yesterday? It's divine justice for picking on me with everyone else. Divine justice doesn't come from people. I thought you were calm. But this is what you were thinking about? You know, it's funny that he says that concerning Fate Grand Order. That's right. That's why I have to go and... That's right. That's why I have to go and start grading the exams. Now. Yep, I should hurry up. Fujini sits back down and finishes her breakfast quickly. Thank you. Breakfast was lovely as always, Sakura-chan. Thank you, Sensei. I'm going on ahead. I'll get mad if you two are late. And she runs off. There's something wrong with the world in which that thing is a teacher. Senpai? Sorry about that. Fujini didn't really take the time to enjoy your breakfast. No, it's not that. Did you do something to her yesterday? It's a bit too much for Fujimura-sensei to play with food. Well, yeah, I accidentally called her by her nickname. I guess it can't be helped in that case. You didn't apologize to her, did you, Senpai? Sorry, I forgot it since it happens all the time. You mustn't. Fujimura-sensei doesn't like you calling her so. Senpai. You made her cry again, didn't you? I made her run away too. Yesterday's English lesson was a self-study because of it. And I was awarded a student honor written on notepaper, but I threw it away. Jeez, it was all your fault then. Fujini is like a big sister for Sakura, so she's basically on Fujini's side. That's good in its own way, but I wish he considered my situation where I have to deal with Fujini 24/7. Fujini was originally an acquaintance of Father's, and she's been coming to this house a lot since I was adopted. She started to show up even more after Father died. Now she's almost as a dependent, eating breakfast and dinner here. No. Maybe she's why I was able to make it on my own even after my father died. Fujini, Sakura, and I are now the residents of the Emiya household. But I'm the only one who knows that my father was a Magus. It's said that Magi must hide their identities. That's why I've been hiding the fact that I'm learning magic ever since I became my father's student. I say I'm learning, but I can't even cast a single magic spell properly. With this kind of skill, it wouldn't make much of a difference whether or not I hide it. But because it was how my father wanted things, I've trained secretly since then. I finish breakfast and prepare for school. I cleaned the... Wait, hang on, hang on. If Fujimura Sensei is only 24, how is she like that well acquainted with Kiritsugu? Because wasn't he like... I mean, I guess he's not like that much older than her, because isn't he like only like 30 something in like Zero? I don't know. I don't remember how old he is. That's actually... Because now I'm thinking of his design as like, he's not like that old looking. So I guess it kind of makes... Alright. I cleaned the dishes with Sakura while listening to the news on TV. Sakura is staring at the TV screen. Over the screen runs an exaggerated teletype reading. Gas leak accidents continue. It seems there was a big accident in the neighboring town of Shinto. It happened in a building in the business district. It seems the whole floor of people ran out of oxygen and fell unconscious. They've called it a gas leak, but this kind of accident is happening often recently. Are you worried about the news, Sakura? No, not really. I just thought it's near... Senpai, your workplace is in the Shinto area, right? Yeah, it's not really a big place. Whoa, I did not... Okay, it just does that sometimes. Yeah, but it's not really that big of a place. I don't think an accident like that would happen here. Happen there. But it's not a risk I can completely ignore. Jeez, I am so sorry. I'm like all over the place today. I just can't read anything properly today, I suppose. Gas leaks can happen in any building. And on top of that, it hurts to think that hundreds of people are suffering. It said that accidents are happening often because of defective construction work during the rapid development of Shinto. Whether that's true or not, I certainly don't want any more victims. It is dangerous. We'll have to be careful here too. Oh, don't worry, Senpai. I check the gas twice every time. It's so weird. It's so weird seeing her like be all smiley and looking all like smug and stuff, because that's just not at all how she is in the other two routes. I want to be so sad to see her in the other two routes after this. Alright, let's keep going. No, that's not the point. Yeah, I've thought so before, but Sakura's a bit off too. Okay, so her being like this is a bit off. Okay. Senpai, did you lock the back door? I did. I bolted it. Is there a problem? Not at all. Then I'll lock the front door now. When will you be home today, Senpai? I think I'll be a bit late. What about you, Sakura? I'll be back at the usual time. I'll probably be here earlier, so I'll start getting dinner ready. Yeah, that'll help. I'll try to come home early, too. We lock the gate. Sakura and Fujini also have keys to my house, and the rule is that the last person out locks up. Let's go. You won't make it to morning practice unless we hurry. Yes, let's hurry then, Senpai. We walk down to the town together. I didn't expect down to the town to be a tongue twister. I can't even say tongue. Passing the long wall and going downhill, we reach the residential district. My house is on top of the hill, far away from the center of town. Going down the hill takes us to the residential district, and beyond that, we reach the crossroads at the center of town. From here there are many roads, a big bridge leading to the neighboring city, a hill road that leads to Ryoto Temple, the residential district on the other side of town, the shopping district Sakura and I always use, and the school we're headed into right now. We head for the school without stopping elsewhere. We don't talk much as we walk up the hill. Since it's still 7 o'clock, there aren't many others on the road. Other than us, all you can see are a few others heading to their morning practices. Also, I gotta say, I really appreciate that the OBS is actually recording like the proper size of the screen for once, instead of it like constantly like shifting it all over the place. That's like a new thing that's never happened before. Well, see ya. Have fun at your club. I part with Sakura at the school gate like usual. Sakura's in the archery club, so we have to part here in the mornings. But today, Sakura doesn't go. Sakura? Are you not feeling well? No, that's not it, but would you like to come to the dojo? No, I have no business there. Anyways, Issei asked for me, so I have to go to the student council room today. I see. Sorry for troubling you then. Sakura bows. I'll be going now. Please look forward to dinner tonight. Sakura runs off like she's ashamed of something. I wonder what that's all about. Issei, you there? I am. You're a bit late today, Emiya. He must have been studying as Issei looks up from the paper he's reading. Just you, Issei? Where's the others? Shouldn't they be here now as well? No, unfortunately our members are very businesslike. They have set their own work hours and don't want to come in early or stay late. That's why the student council president is doing the routine duties himself. Huh? Oh, that was Shiro. I guess the place has its own problems. No, it's the kind of trouble I like. You don't need to pity me. Huh? Oh no, I wasn't pitying you or anything. I'm not happy about that either, but I'll pretend I didn't hear it. It still means that you care. Issei, who's organizing the papers he was reading, is the big boss of the student council room. He's the guy trying his best to reform this lax student council and has been a friend of mine since first year. His full name is Ryudo Issei. Despite his old-fashioned name, he has elegant features and is really popular with the girls. And he's also the student council president, so you'd think he'd take it like a duck to water, but... Hot tea is certainly a good way to start the morning. He's just sipping tea like this, so he's not that firm. As you can see, Issei has a plain personality. It's easily misunderstood, but he doesn't involve himself in love affairs nor engage in normal student recreations. It's because he's the successor of the Ryoto Temple up in the mountains. He's fine with that idea, so there's a good chance he'll shave his head when he graduates. So what am I doing today? We'd like you to sit down and take a rest first, but I guess we don't have that time. I'll explain as we go, so bring your usual tools and follow me. Frankly, our school's budget is completely unbalanced. I know, the athletic clubs are favored, so other clubs don't get much, right? Yeah, that's just literally every school ever. Right, as a result, members of the other clubs are in trouble. I'm working hard to make the budget go to them, but I'm having trouble because it's not clear where the money's going. In particular, there's no solution for the shortages of heaters during winter. I see. Oh, can you hand me the Torx screwdriver, the biggest one, and the conductive wire too? Yeah, I should be able to fix this. Conductive wire. Is this it? Sorry, I don't know exactly. Tell me if I'm wrong. You're right. So what is it about the shortage of heaters? Are there other broken ones? Yes, in the second AV room and the art club. The petitions requesting new stoves are multiplying. There's not enough budget to meet the demand, huh? Oh, that's Shiro. As I thought, it's just getting old. Good thing it's not broken on the inside. You think it can be fixed, Emiya? Yep, in cases like this, old things are nice because they're easy to understand. It's just a shorted connection, so it should last the whole year if we replace that. I see. Good job, Emiya. I'm always pleased when you're reliable. You're wording it weirdly, Issei. Oh, I'll be finished soon, so could you wait outside for a bit? Alright, I'll be out of your way. Issei leaves the room quietly. It seems he assumes I'm going to do something delicate. Well, it is delicate, but... I place my hand on the old electric heater. Usually, even if you're used to fixing things, it's hard to figure out what's wrong just by looking at it. So the fact that I figured out means what I'm doing is not ordinary. I blocked off my vision and look inside the heater with my sense of touch. In that moment, an image appears in my head. There are two places where the wires are about to break. The pipe should last a bit longer. Insulating tape should be enough for the power cord. Good, I can fix this with the tools I have with me. If the pipe were broken, it couldn't be fixed by an amateur. If that had been the case, I would have to strengthen it in a very amateurish way, but in this case, just looking at it will suffice. That is the magic Emiya Shiro learned from Kiritsugu. Alright, let's begin. I take the cover off and start to work. I already know where it's broken, so the rest is easy. Man, this is the only thing I'm any good at. That's right, Emiya Shiro has no talent for magic. Though it doesn't make up for it, I think I'm quite skilled at visualizing structures like I did just now. In fact, when I first figured out the structure and reproduced it, my father looked surprised and said, "What a useless ability." I guess my strong point isn't a useful ability. According to my father, it's already a waste of effort to perceive the structure with my eyes. For real Magus, there's no need to understand every corner of a structure like I just did. They say that the Battle of Magus comes in reading the center, the core of things instantaneously, and changing it faster than anything else. That's why reading the structure is a wasted effort, as even if you do understand the structure, all you can do is determine where magical energy could be more easily transmitted. So all in all, it turns out that my strong point is just in fixing things. I don't have to open them up to look for damage. If I can quickly search for broken parts and have the skills to repair them, most things can be fixed. Though that's only the case for simple things that can be fixed with amateur knowledge. Done. On to the next one. I pack away the conducting wire that I used to go into the hallway with a screwdriver and wrench in my hand. Issei, the repairs are done. But in the hallway is someone else apart from Issei. A girl. Yo, I like her jacket. I'm a bit surprised. The person talking to Issei is Tosaka Rin from Class 2A. She's the lady who lives in a big mansion on top of the hill, a perfect honor student. Good-looking, smart, athletic, and faultless. She's intelligent, well-mannered, and modest about her looks. People say she's the ideal woman. So it hardly needs to be said that the guys at my school treat her like an idol. Though, in Tosaka's case, she's so perfect that she's considered unreachable. It's commonly believed that only teachers and guys like Issei can even talk to her. Well, to be honest, I'm a guy too. So I'm one of Tosaka Rin's admirers. Tosaka looks at us as if she's in a bad mood. It seems to be true and that she and Issei don't get along. Sorry, Amiya. I'm the one who asked for help, but it seems like you're doing the work. Forgive me. Whoa. Issei's an amazing man. Talking like that and ignoring Tosaka. Don't worry about it. Sora's next. There's not much time left. Yeah, the AV room is next. It seems like it's been working badly for a while, but now it's finally dead. It can't be fixed if it's dead. It would be quicker just to buy a new one. True. It would help if you could take a look at it. It might be dead to my eyes, but faking it to yours. I see. Well, let's take a look. There's only about 30 minutes left until homeroom. I'll have to hurry if I'm going to fix it. I start for the AV room with Issei, but it's impolite to ignore her completely when we've just met like this. I turn back to Tosaka, who's standing in a daze. You're up early, Tosaka. I make an honest comment, then follow Issei. You know, I feel like a better comment would have just been like, yo, morning, what's up? And then just head out, you know? Not, yo, you're up early. We barely made it. Thank you, Amiya. I caused you trouble again. I would be a failure as a friend if I made you late doing things for me. Don't worry about it. It's no big deal for me to be late. Though, I guess it would be bad for you to be. Indeed. Well, I'm glad we made it. Issei heads to his seat, relieved. It's exactly 8 o'clock. The first homeroom bell is rung, so Fujini should be here in about 5 minutes. Phew. I'm a bit out of breath since we ran here from the AV room. Taking a deep breath, I head to my seat. You're so noisy in the morning, Amiya. I was wondering what you'd be doing since quitting the club. But all you've been doing is helping out Ryudo? It's not my concern, but don't do anything to bring the club into disrepute, okay? You're pretty uncommitted after all. Mato Shinji, a friend of mine from middle school, is standing in front of my seat. You know, when you claim that he's a good friend of yours, the way he's talking to you doesn't really seem like he's that big of a friend of yours, but you know, whatever. That's just my opinion. As you can tell from his last name, he's Sakura's brother, who's 1 year older than her. Yo, is the archery club doing well, Shinji? Of course. There's no point in telling an outsider, but it's been peaceful since a certain attention hog left. Well, we'll do well in the next competition. I see. Mrs. Uri must be working hard. Huh? You're talking rubbish. The archery club is doing well because of me. You're just an outsider, Amiya, so you'll just embarrass yourself if you talk like you know about it. I see. I'll be careful. But I won't have any concerns with the archery club since I don't have any business there. I put my bag on my desk and pull out the chair. What's that about? You're saying you're not interested in my archery club? I said business, not interest. It'd be weird to go there when I'm an outsider, right? But tell me if something comes up. It'll help if there's anything I can help with. You weren't good at fixing the bow. Yeah, you weren't good at fixing the bows and bowstrings, right? I'm so bad today. Oh, thanks. I'll call you if there's any work to be done. Though, I don't think that'll happen. Yeah, that's good. You're not captain material if you leave work that needs to be done. Don't give Fujimura-sensei too much trouble. She's scary when you piss her off. Huh? Mind your own business. You're an outsider, so keep away from the dojo. Shinji returns to his seat in his usual manner. He seemed even more irritated today than usual. Okay, so at least that's like not how he usually acts to Shiro. And that's just a special today thing. What a guy. How can he talk like that when he's the one who drove you out? Oh, you were here, Issei? What do you mean? You're so cold saying that to a friend who is listening out of concern. Why would you do that? I'm not going to do anything that should make you worry about me. Idiot, of course I'll worry about you. You're the sort to lose your temper easily. Some people would cheer if you beat Shinji up, but all the girls would condemn you. It's not good to let a friend get into a situation like that. I see. You're right now. Yeah, you're right now that you mention it. Thanks, Issei. I don't think it'll be a problem, but I'm grateful for your concern. Yes, well, as long as you understand. But it's strange you lose your temper so easily. But you're tolerant of Mato. Yeah, that's just his style. You get used to it if you hang out around him for a long time. I see. Yeah, if you understand, go back to your seat, Fujimura-sensei will fly in here any second. It's more like she'll come floating in than flying in. The homeroom bell rings. A homeroom teacher usually would come in 5 minutes early, but our homeroom teacher isn't like that. For Class 2C, homeroom starts 1 minute after the bell rings, right when we hear, I'm late, I'm late, I'm late! And Fujini runs into the classroom. Alright, I made it. Good morning, Wham! Fujini falls over with a terrible sound. The classroom is filled with silence in contrast to the clamor from a second ago. The sudden change of atmosphere. Just as you'd expect from Fujini, her nickname of Human Jet Coaster isn't just for show. But that really was a bad hit. Fujini is still on the ground, having her head on the platform. You can't see her expression with her head facing the ground, so it gives you a bad mental image. Hey, front row, wake her up. What? I don't want to do it. I'm scared she'll bite me if I go near her. She's not a mimic or anything. She won't go that far. Hey, if you're saying that, why don't you do it? I'll pass. I'm not used to this. Me neither. And why would you make a girl do it? The front row is getting noisy. As we're in the middle rows, we can't tell what sort of state Fujini is in. We can't tell, so we all stand up to look. Hey, she's not moving. Has she passed out? Someone ask. If so, the problem would be how to get her out to the nurse's office. Everyone here is a warrior who has been with Fujini for the past year. They probably want to get out of the habit of taking their teachers to the nurse's office. Fujimura-sensei? Are you alright? A brave female student calls out to her. Fujini doesn't even twitch. A sense of worry runs through the room. That was a bad fall. If she hit her head on the platform, she'd have to be invincible to come out of that without a scratch. How about getting her for a baseball club? Don't even joke like that. The day she's in charge of us, we'd get into regionals. Fujimura-sensei, it's no good. There's no response. Hey, why don't you wake her up since you're in front of her? What? No way. If she's really dead, I'll be killed. But things could get bad later if we leave her like that. But no one wants to go near her. I guess it can't be helped. We'll have to do that. Yeah, that. Alright. All our hearts become one. Well, not Shinji and I because we're too scared. 1, 2. Wake up, Tiger! Even, it being small makes it look like it's not, like they're not yelling it. Even though everyone said it at the same time, it's all, oh, that was the whole point. The exclamation point was like, oh wait, it's the yell, but never mind, I get it. Even though everyone said it at the same time, it's only as loud as a whisper. The tiger part is especially quiet, but still, a twitch. The silent Fujini reacts. Whoa, she moved. It's working, everyone. Alright, continue the punishment. Everyone must be stressed from the impending exams. Even though they shouldn't, they repeat Fujini's nickname while waving their arms. Wake up, Tiger! It's morning! Sensei, you're a tiger if you don't wake up. Don't give up, tiger. Stand up, tiger. Yeah, wake up, Sensei. Then you'll be a true tiger. 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 Oh. A roar of lightning. She stands bravely as if the fall had done nothing at all. Huh? What are you all doing? You can't stand up in the middle of homeroom. Come on, sit down and I'll get started. Fujine stands before everyone in her usual manner. It seems all memories from the moment she entered the classroom had fled her head. Hey, it seems Tiger doesn't remember what happened. Lucky, we're really fortunate this morning. I don't know if we can call it lucky. Everyone returns to their seat chatting. Huh? Did someone just make fun of me? No, we didn't. Maybe you imagined it. Alright, good then. I'll start homeroom, so listen up. Fujine starts homeroom slowly. She chats in between the announcements so we don't get through it very fast. So everyone, please note the curfew. It's at 6 o'clock, so people with club activities shouldn't stay too late either. What? 6 o'clock is too early, Taiga-sensei. Can't the athletic clubs be exempted? Nope, and please address your teacher as Fujimura-sensei. I'll get mad if you call me that again. Alright, I'll be careful. He sits down again, not showing any signs of listening to her. How stupid of him. Fujine gets mad when she says she will. It makes no difference that he's a student and that she's a teacher. He doesn't realize that she just gave him a final warning. Well, that's it for today. That's it for today's homeroom. Let's meet again in English class in 3rd period, everyone. Fujine leaves, waving her hand. She's the teacher responsible for Class 2C, Fujimura Taiga. Her nickname is Tiger. You might doubt it, but it really is her nickname. People like calling her so since she has a name like Taiga. Okay. People like calling her so since she has a name like Taiga, even though she's a woman. But Fujine herself hates the nickname. According to her, it's unfeminine. But she's the kind of person, so I think it's her own fault for the unfeminine nickname. Alright, this is going a little long, and I don't know exactly when the scene's going to end, so we're probably just going to end it right there. I know this is kind of like an awkward spot to do so, but I don't know when this scene's going to end, and we've already been going for a while, so I want to end it there. Not really much happened yeah, not a whole lot happened other than me stumbling over my words. Yeah, no, I'll see you guys in the next one. I don't usually have something to say at the end like, oh, this is cool that this happened. Oh, I'm excited for this one. But I'm just like, nothing happened this one. So yeah, with that being said, I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye. Okay, guys, we are back with some more Fate Stay Night. Also, warning, if I mess up a lot in this episode, it's because I'm very tired. In the last one, we went to school. This time, we're doing more school. Yeah, with that being said, let's just jump into it. I don't really know if there's anything else to say, because, again, last time was just, we're at school now, man. We're starting class today. Day monitors, the bow. The teacher for the first period enters as Fujini exits. It's like this every morning, as Fujini continues homeroom until the very last minute. And the classes end like every other... Oh. See, last time I ended the episode, because I was like, oh yeah, it's just gonna end. Like, I mean, there's probably gonna be, like, more school scenes. Apparently not. And the classes end like every other day. There are many kinds of students. Ones that go to clubs, ones that hurry home, and the ones that stay in the classrooms for no reason. It looks like I won't be in any of those categories. Sorry, Emiya, about the rest of the repairs. Do you have time today? Well, I do have plans, but it's not like I'm just playing around. After all, the main reason I quit the archery club is because I wanted to prioritize work. It's already been 5 years since Father died, and I decided to start working to pay my living expenses. If you work a lot, there are some jobs you just can't refuse. Today's an example. They're restocking inventory at work, and they asked me to come if I can, as any help is appreciated. But it's certainly not something I have to go to. They're probably just having people come in because they want to party after work. There are two options. Wait, how... Ooh, okay, wait. Oh, crap, I should have remembered more about, Reen's route. So, okay, so tonight is when she's summoning Archer, and then tomorrow is when they're going to be at the school. Because I was thinking, like, well, how is that going to work? Shiro's not going to get stabbed if he's not here tonight. But will this matter? Do I need money in this game? Hang on, I need water. Is money something that I need in this game? I don't know anything about that. I'll help out the student council. It's something I've started. I should finish the job I began this morning. I'll change my plans. We're finishing the job from this morning, right? Let's finish the repairs before the exams start. Thank you. Let's go and look at the patient in the art club then. Alright. Oh, and clear people out of the room, will you? I can't concentrate with people watching me. Of course. I won't let them be in your way. Issei quickly walks to the hallway and I follow him out of the classroom in a hurry. The sun has already set when we leave the school building. The school gates are already closed. It's 7 o'clock and way past curfew, but thanks to Issei, we're not in trouble. You helped me a lot today. I'll certainly make up for it. So tell me if you need anything. Yeah, I'll let you know if something comes up. I don't think anything will, though. I didn't help him to get something in return, so there's nothing I want from Issei. Jeez, I guess it is a problem to be too good a person. It's helpful to have you around, but I can't stand it when other people use you for their liking. Helping others is a good thing, but you should be more picky with who you help. You just help anyone who comes to ask you. Huh? Am I that indiscriminate? Yes, and that's just going to let heartless idiots use you as they wish. You're a busy man, so it should be okay for you to decline from time to time. I can't really tell, but it seems like Issei's worried about me. I haven't called helpful since I was in middle school, as I don't turn down requests for help, and I don't ask for anything in return. I guess Issei thinks that's dangerous. But I'm doing it because I want to. It's not a problem as I decline things that I think are beyond me. There's something for you to worry about, Issei. I know myself better than anyone. Besides, helping people is a good thing. It's not something a son of the owner of a temple should be trying to stop. But I think you're going so far that it might eventually overwhelm you. I'll take your warning. See you tomorrow then. Yes, I'll see you tomorrow. Issei leaves, looking discontented. Issei's house, Rito Temple, is up in the mountain, so naturally our routes home go in different directions. I walk through the moonlit town. Walking up the road, I notice that there aren't many people around. The time is around 7:30. There should be people around at this time, but there's no sign of anyone. Oh yeah. There were some crimes here in Miyama City a few days ago. A burglar murdered someone, I think. That must be why there's no one around, and why the school curfew became 6 o'clock. Gas leaks and murder, huh? It's getting dangerous lately. And are they both in the same city? No wonder there are fewer people walking around at night. It's getting too dangerous to let Sakura go home on her own. Sakura's house is in the residential area on the other side of town. Starting tonight, I should walk her home. Huh? For a moment, I can't believe my eyes. There's someone on the road which I thought was empty. This person is standing above me as if looking down at me. You know, it doesn't really work when the art is kind of looking up a little bit, but you know, that's fine. Without realizing it, I hold my breath. The silver-haired girl smiles and descends the hill without a sound. As she passes, "You'll die if you don't summon it soon, Oni-chan." She says something strange. Yo, sure, you're not gonna turn around and be like, excuse me, what the frick you talking about, little girl? No? Alright. I go up the hill and reach my house. As the lights are on, Sakura and Fujini must be home already. I smell dinner the moment I enter the living room. At the table are Sakura and Fujini in the middle of dinner. It seems the main dish tonight is chicken and cream, and Fujini, who loves white sauce, is in a good mood. Welcome home, Senpai. We're sorry for starting without you. Sorry I'm late. I wish I could have come home earlier. No, you made it. Could you wait a bit? I'll get your dinner ready right away. Yeah, alright. I'll go wash my hands, so make sure Fujini doesn't eat my food. Yes, I will. I return to my room. It's a fairly empty room compared to the shed, but since I don't have any hobbies, I think it's quite decorated. Quite decorated. Yes, I agree, Shiro, with your whole 2 things. Most of them are random things Fujini has left here, though. I wash my hands, change, and return to the living room to find my dinner ready. Itidakimasu! Again, I apologize if I mispronounced that. I hope it's to your liking. Sakura is terribly modest. Her cooking skills have vastly improved in the past year. She has me completely beaten at Western-style foods, and I can barely beat her at Japanese foods. Neither of us have touched Chinese. I'm pleased to find my pupil is getting better. It was kind of depressing when the teacher is defeated by the student. It's as good as I expected. Chicken becomes harder the longer you cook it, so it's juicier and tastier if you roast it before cooking it, even though it's tedious. That's done perfectly here. It's a master's skill, forever beyond the clumsy Fujini. How is it, Senpai? I think I did it quite well today. It's perfect. The sauce is great, too. I guess you have me completely beat when it comes to Western food. Yeah, meaty food is much better since Sakura-chan started cooking. With that, Fujini, who had been preoccupied with food, lifts up her head. Oh, Shiro, a student mustn't come home this late. Ugh. It seems she's in a bad mood now that she's seen my face, even though she was happy because of dinner. Geez, I bet you were helping someone again. That's good, but at least come home early at times like this. I even told you it was dangerous in homeroom. I said it for your sake, you know. Can't you tell me that at home instead of in homeroom? You wouldn't listen if I told you here. It's more effective if I tell you at school. Sensei, I think that's abusing your authority. You shouldn't mix work and private life. No, it's not enough for Shiro unless I go that far. He's always on the losing side because he's the one helping everyone else. He should at least come straight home and relax sometimes. That idiot. Hey, what do you mean by idiot? I'm not on the losing side if I help someone and they're helped by it. Man, I wonder if you got that from Kiritsugu-san. I worry because you're like that. I don't exactly know why she's worried, as she's energetically munching down her dinner. Fujimura-sensei, from what you said, has Senpai been like this since he was small? Yep, he's always been like that. He's the type that goes to help people in trouble. But he's not meddlesome, he's just a bit precocious. Fujini laughs dangerously. Fujini, I'll get mad if you say too much. You too, Sakura, don't ask such boring questions. I glare at them. Fujini clicks her tongue and backs down. But, Fujimura, please continue. Sakura is taking the lesson seriously. Then I shall. See, Shiro is a person who can't ignore someone in trouble. It's like helping the weak and defeating the strong. In the essay he wrote as a child, he said, "My dream is to become a superhero." She was talking about things from so long ago. But it's all true, so I don't interrupt. Anyways, becoming a superhero is a goal I must not stray from even now. Whoa. Senpai was a real kid. I love that art for Sakura. It looks different from how she's been drawn so far, and I like it. Yeah, he was some kid. He would go and help girls being picked on by much older kids, and he'd do the chores around the house because Kiritsugo-san wouldn't. Man, he was so cute and innocent back then, so why did he grow up so crooked? Probably because of you. Kids think a lot when they see bad adults. Learn to make your own dinner before you say something like that. What? Fujini crumbles. I thought she might drop her head and repent, but... Oni-chan is sad. Oh, that's her saying it. Oni-chan is sad. Sakura-chan, can I have another bowl? Fujini asks for her third bowl. Relaxing after dinner. It's almost 9 o'clock. Well, what shall I do? There's some time before my evening training. I'll take Sakura home. That's like that's an easy choice, bro. Freaking, and resting was never an option out of those two. I haven't thanked Sakura for dinner yet, so I'll go and talk to her. Yeah, it's getting late, so I should walk her home too. Sakura's in the living room, getting ready to go home, having finished the cleaning. Oh, wait. But isn't this when, Reen and Archer found her talking to, Should I spoil it? I mean, I feel like if you, like, are watching this, you're already, like, a Fate fan, so you've at least probably seen, like, Unlimited Blade Work or, Zero, like, bare minimum, you know, that kind of thing. So, I don't know, man. I don't know if I should spoil it. But isn't this the night where, Archer and Reen see, Sakura talking to the one boy? So are we going to meet him tonight? Is he going to kill us? Because I know that there's, like, apparently a ton of bad ends. But, like, now I'm scared. I don't remember if this was tonight or the next night. It shouldn't be the next night, because that's when they fight Lancer. But yeah, okay, let's just get back to it. Sakura's in the living room getting ready to go home, having finished the cleaning. Huh? Weren't you taking a bath, Senpai? No, I'll take it later. I'll take you home first. Take me home? Yeah, it's getting dangerous outside lately, so I want to walk you home. Your house is far away. Let me at least do this since you're coming here. Sakura falls into an awkward silence. Did I say something bad? I'm sorry, I appreciate your concern, but you should stay here. I'm used to going home, so I should be fine by myself. Well, that may be true, but it's getting dangerous these days, so I'll walk you home for a bit. But, if Nissan sees you, you'll be in trouble too. Oh? That's right. Sakura's brother Shinji doesn't approve of Sakura coming to my place. He can't object too strongly, because she says she's going to Fujini's house. But it could be a problem if I take her home. Easy solution. You walk her most of the way, get to the point where her house is like around the corner or whatever, where you're on her street, and then you're like, alright, you walk the rest of the way, it's right there. That's all you gotta do. I don't care about getting falsely accused myself, but it's not good if Shinji takes it out on Sakura. Oh, yo! Me and Shiro, one of a kind. But I can walk you part of the way, right? We shouldn't run into Shinji between here and the intersection. Sakura is silent. Considering Sakura, she must not be able to lie to Shinji if I take her home even part of the way. Oh, then... Shall I walk you home? A tiger-striped English teacher appears. That's getting the lamb out after the lion. When I say it's dangerous for a girl to be out at night, adding another is just... No. It's a mistake to call Fujini a girl. For starters, she doesn't head the archery club for nothing. Her first dan kendo skills are dangerous in many ways. Yes, Fujini will be fine. She should be able to fight off any molester. Right, so there's no problem with me taking her home. Is that okay, Sakura-chan? Yes, if that's alright with you. Fujimura-sensei. It's decided. Let's go then. I was thinking I should head home too. Fujini starts to walk off, taking Sakura's hand. Oh, hang on, Sakura. What is it, senpai? Dinner was good. Thanks for everything. Yes, I'll do my best again next time, if you don't mind, senpai. Saying so with a big smile, Sakura leaves the living room. I know I'm blushing. It's troublesome that Sakura surprises me a lot these days. Time flies. She was just a junior before. Now she's a female junior to me. How pitiful of me. Sakura's like family to me, so I can't accept this change. And so, the day ends. Just before midnight, Emiyashiro must carry out his daily routine of using magic. I stretch out and adjust my breathing. I try to empty my mind. I ignore everything around me and pay attention only to what's inside of me. Trace on. As if to hypnotize myself, I murmur the spell I'm long accustomed to. No, I really am hypnotizing myself. As I have no magic crest and no knowledge of magic, the spell is only a change of myself. Normally there are no lines in a human body to lower the passage of magical energy. To artificially change my energy to create such a line, I need enough concentration to unify my whole body and every nerve within it. Wait, what the? Hang on. That's how that works? I just kind of thought that, like, Shiro was just, like, a lucky boy who just so happened to have, like, I was forgetting what, like, isn't it just called Magical Circuit? Yeah, Magical Circuit. Within him, when Kiritsugu picked him up. I just thought it just happened to be happenstance, you know? But that, I did not know that that's how he did it, like, where he doesn't have Magical Circuit, so he has to, like, but there's a way to alter your own body if you're aware of how to do. That's pretty cool. Oh, I did not know that. All right. Magic is a battle with yourself. For instance, at this very moment, I am inserting a burning steel rod into my backbone. Ugh. I don't like that image. This metal rod is the only magic circuit I can prepare for myself. When I insert it this deep in my body and connect it to the other nerves, I can finally become a Magus. This is not a metaphor. In reality, something like a burning tongue which cannot be seen or felt is being inserted into my backbone. If it's not can't be felt, then how does it burn? Shiro. I'm guessing he just means by other people, but still. I am a sorcerer. Emiya Kiritsugu. The man who said he was really a Magus. A living Magus who performed many marvels and had touched the very structure of the world. As a young child, I admired him and asked him to teach me magic. But you cannot become a Magus just through effort. It requires born talent and appropriate knowledge. And of course, I have no talent, and Kiritsugu taught me nothing of magic. He said something about me having no need of such knowledge. I still don't know what he meant by that. But still, it didn't matter to me back then. I thought if I could use magic, I could be like him. But I was not born with talent, no strength of magic circuit, no accumulated works of magic handed down for generations. The work of magic Kiritsugu possessed, the magic crest, passed down to the Emiya family, can only be passed down to a blood relation. Oh, so that's why he never... Because I've heard people complain about why Kiritsugu never passed down his crest to Shiro before he died. But that makes sense. It can only be passed down to blood relations. That makes sense. That's why he didn't do it. So as an adopted son, I could not receive the Emiya family magic crest. Well, anyways, as I don't know what a magic crest is, it doesn't matter if I have one or not. So now all it comes down to is training what I can do. If I want to be a Magus, I have to learn magic fit to my nature. To be blunt, magic is a way to release one's magical energy. You could say that magical energy is my life force. It is divided into two forms, a large source of mana, floating around the world, and a small source, Odo, created inside oneself. It goes without saying that the large source is superior to the small one. The power of mana is on a completely different level from Odo. Whatever the form of magic a spell using the large source far exceeds one using the one's own power. That is why superior Magi excel at drawing magical energy from the world. It's like a filter. A Magus turns his body into a filter, sucks up the mana from the world around him, and changes it into something he can use. This filter is what we call a magic circuit. This is the talent one is born with, and the number of magic circuits within you is determined the moment you are born. A normal human being does not have many magic circuits. To begin with, there are always very few. That is why Magi pile them up generation after generation, making their children more suitable to be use magic. I hear some families go too far and increase the number of magic circuits by selective breeding. Well, since I was raised in a normal family, I don't have many magic circuits. So that leaves only one method open to me. According to Kiritsugu, every person has at least one form of magic they are fit for. He said something about drawing out magical energy appropriate to their origin, but I don't really understand. All I know for sure is that I have some magic I can use. If I can train that magic, I may be able to become like Kiritsugu. That's why I learned only that magic. That was 8 years ago. After a lot of thought, Kiritsugu finally accepted me as a student. Listen, Shiro, to learn magic is to stray away from your common sense. You die when you die, and you kill when you must. Our essence is not life, but in death. Magic is the only way to destroy yourself. I guess I had no fear as a child. Kiritsugu smiled bitterly, putting his hand on the nodding Emyashiro. Well, Tichu will bring you conflicts. This is why you must not use it in front of people, and you must not cease your practice. I didn't mean to do that. And you must not cease your practice even though it is difficult to learn. Well, I don't really care if you break that one. The most important thing is that magic is something you use not for yourself, but for others. If you do that, you may become a magic user, but you will not become a magus. I guess Kiritsugu didn't want me to become a magus. I don't care about that. I don't admire a magus, I admire Kiritsugu. If I can become like Kiritsugu, and can be there for someone on that red day, that will be like on that red day. I'm thinking needlessly. I felt the iron rod in my backbone slide into place. Oh. You know, I don't remember it ever being like shown that pain like that Shiro goes through that kind of pain in any of the adaptations. Okay. If I lose control of my breathing now, it will be a fatal mistake. The artificial magical circuit will eat away my body and destroy it. If that happens, I'll die. I would only be an amateur failing such an elementary step. I grind my teeth and resume the connection. After a battle like walking on needles, the iron rod finally arrives deep within me and fuses with my body. This process took me about an hour. After that much time, I'm finally able to make one artificial circuit. One circuit that produces magical energy. Basic structure analysis. Analyze. After that, it becomes a process of naturally flowing magical energy. Emyashiro is no magus. He is only a magic user who can create magical energy within the body and channel it into objects. So there's only one magic possible, which is composition, analyze, strengthening objects. It is a magic of strengthening that reinforces the object's ability by understanding the object's structure and channeling magical energy into it. Basic structure alter. Before me is a metal pipe. I will channel magical energy into it, perform the simplest magic, and reinforce its durability. Basically, channeling your magical energy into something other than yourself is like pouring poison into that object. It is just that the blood of Emyashiro is not the blood of the metal pipe. Pumping different blood only accelerates its breakdown. It certainly wouldn't strengthen it. To prevent that and to turn the poison into tonic, one must completely understand the structure of the target and channel the magical energy into small open spaces. Composition, reinforce. It must be easy for a skilled magus, but for me, who cannot create sufficient magical energy, it's as hard as hitting a target hundreds of meters away. The usual target in archery is 27 meters away. How much harder is that at many times that distant goes without saying. The heat in my body quickly escapes. The burning pillar in my backbone disappears, and the lungs stretch to the limit to the limit demand air. I arch my back and hold off the daze, almost making me pass out. Damn it, I failed again. There's no change in the metal pipe. It seems that the magical energy I poured into it has evaporated into the air. It's hard to improve something that already has form. The thing I'm attempting is like adding something to an already complete work of art. Adding to a complete object risks making it less perfect. Man, I don't know why I just burped. I haven't eaten anything in a while. Adding unnecessary things will decrease the value. That is why the magic of strengthening is simple yet difficult, and only a few Magai use it willingly. It's not like I use it willingly either, but it can't be helped as this is the only thing I'm good at. It must be much easier if you can form something out of clay and use it instead, but a substitute in appearance doesn't have internal structure to match. The junk around here is a good example. When I fail a strengthening magic, I make some substitute objects to practice and calm down, but they all end up with nothing inside. I can visualize something structured easily, so I can make the outside look like the original, but the inside's empty. And of course, it doesn't do anything. I wipe the sweat off my brow. Now that I think about it, I realize my whole body is sweating, like I've been drenched with a bucket of water. But I'm lucky I just ended like this. That was really bad. If I had taken a second longer to recover myself, I probably would have destroyed most of my body. If I improved every time I came closer to death, there might be some hope. It's not even that easy. But it is true that you won't improve your magic if you're scared of death. As long as you study magic, death is always right beside you. Even a simple magic repeated every day can go off without a simple mistake, taking the caster's life. Oh, can go off with a simple mistake. The first step of a Magus is to accept death. Kiritsugo said so sadly. Maybe he meant that he didn't want me to take such a step. Saving someone means not saving someone else. A superhero is really selfish, huh? Kiritsugo said that to me when I told him I wanted to be just like him. I still don't know what he meant. But Emiya Shiro has to become a superhero who can go around saving people, just like Emiya Kiritsugo. But I still can't even do basic magic like this. Why do I get distracted by needless things at the most important times? I'm so stupid. It's not enough to understand the structure of an object with mere vision. The skilled Magus only detects what's important and channels magical energy without waste. My dream was to become a superhero. I remember what Fujini said during dinner. I don't think it's embarrassing nor impossible. It's already determined. Emiya Shiro will succeed Emiya Kiritsugo. That's why even though I'm inexperienced, I've done everything I can. I don't know what kind of person a superhero should be, so I can only approach it by helping others within the limits of my ability. I have aimed straight for that goal for the past 5 years. When things just go wrong like this, I do have doubts. Jeez, I don't get it, Father. How can I become a superhero? I look up at the sky through the window. It's not like I can just randomly do good deeds. I think being a superhero is different from just helping others. I know that, but the question is, how can I become one? The difference between the two is the thing I've failed to understand for the past 5 years. Alright. And with that being said, I will end the episode right there. In this one I feel like we got a bit more decent done. Started making more decisions. Got scared that, we were gonna actually die on the first day, you know, just a little scared. But yeah, I'm excited to see where this goes. It's, honestly, I can't even say that. I was gonna say, based on the episode of the anime, this should be like the next episode will be like the last episode before we like actually get to summoning, you know what I mean? But it might not be. I don't actually know how much is gonna happen in this day before that point, you know? But yeah, with that being said, I'm still excited. I'm excited to start like getting more into this, because like the fact that like when we were making that decision, I got scared like, is one of these decisions gonna like get me killed? I enjoyed that. That's what like is fun about these kinds of games to me, you know. But yeah, with that being said, I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye bye. Hey there, guys. We are back with some more Fate. I was about to say Fate Grand Order. This is Fate Stay Night. We're back with some more Fate Stay Night. In the last one, it was a lot of school. It's actually been a while since I've recorded the last one, like 2 or 3 weeks. So I don't remember everything perfectly, but I remember we were at school, and I think that's all about that happened, and I forgot to move my mouse again. Also, I ordered something in the mail. I want to put a video up on it on screen. I'm really... That's if I remember to edit it in. But I'm really excited. It's the Fate Complete Character Material Volume 2. I don't know why. I don't think Volume 1 was translated, which sucks, but you know, it's still cool to have. I haven't looked through it too much just because I don't want to spoil like anything for this. But yeah, with that being said, let's just get to the game. My awakening is dark. Perhaps I just don't dream much, but unless something really special happens, I always seem to have the same dream. What I imagine are swords. I don't know why it is, but this is the only thing that comes into my mind. There's no meaning or reason to it. It may just be one of the aspects making up Emiya Shiro. There are no dreams to dream. The only things I recall from sleep are things I was taught a long time ago. For example, about Magi. Even if I'm an amateur, if I'm a Magus, it's only natural for me to understand the kind of world I live in. To put it simply, A Magus is an exception in conflict with modern society. But even exceptions must band together to survive. Father told me that the group of Magi is called a magic association. He also said that I shouldn't associate with them. The group called the Magic Association hides magic and organizes Magi. They basically keep watch to see that Magi do not affect society with magic. But the strange part is that they do not prohibit misuse of magic. According to Kritsugu, the Magic Association is only interested in the concealment of magic. Even if a Magus carries out his research at the expense of the lives of many ordinary people, the Magic Association will not punish him. Their priority is that magic should not become public, so they do not ban magic. So they're crazy people who think that you can do anything as long as you don't get caught. Anyway, the surveillance of the Magic Association is thorough. Most magical research would cost the lives of ordinary people, and as a result, the existence of magic would become public. So the association does not allow the research that would harm society. So Magi stay at home and research quietly, while the normal world carries on unmolested. Hence, Magi only try to hide themselves to escape with the association. So perhaps I just don't know it and a Magus lives in this town. I hear Fuyuki City is a spiritually excellent area. Such an area always has an extinguished Magus with history. Always has a distinguished Magus with a history. They are called the second owner, an elite, and the association entrusts the area to them. Magi who would live in the area must visit them and obtain their permission to construct a workshop. Looking at it like that, we're thieves here living without permission of the landlord. Father was an outlaw who cut his ties with the association and moved here without the consent of the administrator of Fuyuki. The owner doesn't know that Emiya Kritsugu was a Magus, and Kritsugu didn't know who the owner was. With reasoning like that, I think our position is ambiguous. Father, the real Magus, has passed away, and I, his son and pupil, don't know the Magic Association and have not the skill to be a Magus. From the association's point of view, they would want to catch an amateur like me doing things, but I've seen no movement yet. No, I've heard that Japan is relatively hidden from the eyes of the association, so I think I've just not been found out. But that doesn't mean I can let my guard down. People say that the eyes of the association are everywhere. On top of that, if you commit a crime with magic, the heretic hunters of the church will come after you. I don't know if I've ever heard that term before, outside of like a Fate-based D&D stream. I think that's the only time I've ever heard of that, but that is a sick title. I remember them being called like hunters, but I don't remember them being called heretic hunters. That's awesome. That just means that whenever you use magic, that whatever you use magic for, lack of care will create enemies. I, Emiya Shiro, just have to study independently, taking that into account. I wake up to see the sun shining through the window. The sun may have just risen, as it's still a bit dark outside. I'm really not good in the mornings. I get up, trying to not be defeated by the morning chill, and quickly fold up my futon. It's 5:30. One of my strengths is waking up at this time, no matter how late I go to sleep. I do sometimes make mistakes and wake up late like yesterday, but I usually wake up early. I think alarm clocks are degenerate. So I haven't used one since I was a kid. I feel called out there because I can't wake up without an alarm. Alright, breakfast. Since I let Sakura do all the work yesterday, I have to return the favor this morning. I should finish preparing before Sakura arrives. I cook rice and make some miso soup. It was radish and carrot yesterday, so I make onion and potato miso soup today. I also make the usual broth egg and broth boil, and I'm done. I cut the salt and sare, and stop just before cooking it. Alright, that should do. It's almost 6 o'clock. I finished earlier than I expected, so I have some extra time. So what should I do? Yeah, I guess I can... Wait. Did I have like an option? I thought that was going to be like an option thing, but I didn't get one. Yeah, I guess I can train a bit if I have this much time. The morning exercises are my daily routine, so I'll go and stretch my body a bit. The empty dojo is quiet enough to brace the empty dojo is quiet enough to brace myself. In the morning when the sun has just risen, The silence has a holy feel to it that fascinates those who come here. Well, there's only one thing to do now that I'm here. Since Kiritsugu died, this place has become a gym to train my body. Even a Magus cannot neglect to train their body. One of the requirements for a Magus is to have excellent physical abilities. While Kiritsugu was alive, we had many matches here. Well, it was pretty much him beating on me, so I didn't learn anything about how to win in a fight. But I think I learned the difference between a fight and a battle. In other words, I was taught the difference between killing your opponent and beating your opponent. Knowledge and experience are different. Unless I know in advance, it's hard to tell whether I'm involved in a fight or a murder. It's a simple story. As long as you learn magic, you might destroy yourself, and times will come when you have to fight. For a Magi, a fight means killing each other. So I think that Kiritsugu wanted to teach me... What I think Kiritsugu wanted to teach me was to prepare my mind for the prospect of death. But it's been a while since my teacher passed away. On my own, all I can do are simple exercises that anyone could do. Well then, let's do this properly. After warming up by stretching, I start my exercises, keeping my attention inside my body. I comprehend the flow of the magic circuit, the friction in my bones and the distortion in my thinking during fatigue, all while I'm training. 120, 150, 170. Even a simple push-up can be training for the magic circuit if I put on mental shackles instead of metal weights. As I don't have a teacher, exercises like that of club's morning practice is an important part of training. Good morning, Senpai. Have you finished preparing breakfast already? Yeah, breakfast is done. All that's left is setting up the table and cooking the fish. Oh, I'll help then. I'll prepare the dishes. Sakura's cheerful, and behind that admirable junior... Oh, I forgot what a voice I do for her. Oh, is that the smell of Shiro's omelet? I see you're making breakfast this morning. Fujine moves slowly to the table. Well, that aside, first I have to cook the fish I've prepared. Sakura, can you use the dishes in the middle? That'll make it look better. Huh? This one with the bumps? Yeah, that. You have to think about the plates too, or it'll be too one-sided, and the radish is already grated. Sakura takes out the dish from the back. I think I saw a faint bruise on her wrist when she leaned forward. Hold on, Sakura. Yes, what is it, Senpai? What's that mark on your wrist? Oh. She looks away awkwardly, and that tells me who caused that bruise. Shinji again, huh? What does he think he's doing, beating on his sister? That's not it, Senpai. Well, I fell and hurt myself. I'm a bit slow, you know. So I fall and get hurt a lot. Don't be stupid. How could you get a bruise like that from falling over? It seems Shinji isn't tired of getting beat up yet. No, Senpai. This doesn't have anything to do with him. With a Nissan. I really did this myself, so you can't get mad. Sakura falls silent. Sakura looks... Hang on. I just think I understood like the implication of what you just said earlier. Does Shiro actually beat Shinji up every time? Because that makes him way cooler. I just got the impression from the anime that like he just gets mad and just goes to talk to Shinji. But that makes him way cooler in my mind. Sakura looks calm, but she's pretty obstinate. It's useless to say anything to her now. Alright, if you say so, I'll leave it at that. But if I see it again, I won't be able to hold back. Yes, I'm sorry, Senpai. Why are you apologizing? It's Shinji's fault. At the mention of Shinji's name, Sakura looks away awkwardly. In other words, he is the cause of that bruise. Mato Shinji has a bad habit of being hard on his sister Sakura. I first noticed it about a year ago. Sakura is injured sometimes, and she just evaded my questions when I asked about it. When I asked Shinji about it, of all things, he said he was the one who hit Sakura. When I asked him why he hit her, he said that he just hit her because he felt like it. After that, I got pissed off and did to Shinji what he did to Sakura. Since then, we've been estranged. I still don't regret punching him. Heck yeah. My boy, Shiro, respect levels just increased for you so much. But I think it's my fault that Sakura is being treated worse. Shiro, I think my respect levels for you just dropped a little bit. Yeah, that would obviously make things harder. Senpai, did you... Also, I don't know if, like, me shaking, because I was shaking my desk right there. I don't know if that's picking up on the mic. If it is, oops. Senpai, did you, work things out with Nissan? Huh? Yeah, I did. We didn't have a fight or anything, so it's not like there's anything to work out. It might be like that for you, but Nissan thinks you guys got in a fight. So, well, please be careful. Sakura says strange things sometimes. Be careful? You mean of Shinji? Yes, I think Nissan thinks of you as an enemy. And he thinks that you quit the club because of him. That's not true. Me quitting the club had nothing to do with Shinji. Well, maybe a bit. Wait, I hate it when it does that. Well, maybe a bit, but it's not something you should worry about. Like Shinji says, this is certainly indecent. I point at my right shoulder. There's a scar there. It happened 1.5 years ago. A shipment collapsed on me during work and I hurt my right shoulder. I got out with just a broken bone, but the shipment was hazardous. It was a hazardous one, and I got a burn on my skin. After that incident, I quit the archery club. My school archery club emphasizes formalities as they let us shoot formally even as students. The men expose their right shoulder when they shoot. Shinji commented that it might be indecent for someone shooting formally to have a scar on their shoulder. Since I was getting busy with work, I quit the archery club right then. Senpai, I might be persistent, but are you really not shooting anymore? Fujimura-sensei said that your injury shouldn't be a problem. What are you saying? Fujini wouldn't think it's a problem even if I broke every bone on my body. Senpai, I'm being serious. Sakura glances up at me, like she wants to say something. I should answer seriously too, but I can't give her the answer she wants. I don't have time to do the club activities for now. I like archery, but it's not something I should prioritize, so I'm taking some time off of it for now. Wait, time off from it. There was no now there. I don't know why I saw that. How long is some time? I guess until I feel like it. Well, I'll try to make it back before you graduate. Welcome me then, Sakura. I pat Sakura's shoulder. Sakura stares blankly for a while and then... Oh yes, I'll be waiting, Senpai. And she nods so powerfully that it seems she might drop the plate she's holding. Also, while the scene's transitioning, I want to complain about something. So, I bought some headphones for my, what is it called? Audio interface, okay? Right? And I plug it in. While I'm complaining, I want to check if the audio is still recording. No, it looks like the audio is not, or there's just no audio in the scene. I hate, I bought some headphones so I could hear the game audio, because there's headphones that you can plug right into the audio interface. Also, if you have no idea what an audio interface is, then I'm sorry that this is going to be a little confusing. Maybe I'll put up a video of me showing my audio interface and everything so it can, like, be understood better. I thought, like, because there's a thing that's, like, talking about, like, direct monitor. So I was like, that's probably, like, direct monitor audio. So I plugged that stuff in, put on my headphones. I couldn't hear any audio. It makes me so sad. Because I like having the higher quality audio for these recordings, but I also want to hear the music, man. It's almost 7:30. Sakura and Fujini have already left for their morning club practices. I went to school early yesterday because Issei wanted me to, but I leave my house at the usual time today. I run into an unusual scene when I reach the intersection. Several police cars are parked outside a house. Something must have happened as a lot of people are surrounding the area. I'm curious, but I cannot tell what's going on, with all the people surrounding it. I have no time, so I should prioritize school. Man, Shiro says, a lot. I reach school 10 minutes before the bell. I enter the main gate as usual. Hey, morning, Emiya. Oh, it's her. Oh, I haven't done her voice since, like, episode 1. What's her voice? I bump into a familiar female student. What, you got no change? What, you've not changed yet, Mitsuzuri? It's almost homeroom. You shouldn't have time to say hello to me. You're right. As cold as ever. You're cold as always, Emiya. She laughs as if something is really funny. Mitsuzuri Ayako. She was my classmate in first year, and now she's the captain of the archery club. She's very insightful, and everyone expected her to become captain since the first year. Well, in other words, her mental age is older than her real age, so she's been the older sister type everyone counts on since the first year. Though she gets mad when people say that, according to her, she's not that old. Huh? Were you just thinking badly of me? I wouldn't dream of it. I was just thinking objectively about the truth. I like the way he puts that. Not bad, just objectively. So it's up to you if you want to feel angry about it. Oh, you don't say. That's good. You answered honestly, but you never revealed what you were thinking about. You don't let your guard down like Shinji does. Shinji? What does he have to do with this? Because you guys are friends? Yes, best friends. You're the only male friend he has, right? You might have forgotten, but I'm the captain of the archery club. Don't you think it's only natural for me to connect the current problem student and the problem student that quit? Yeah, that's certainly natural. The archery club has nothing to do with it, but I certainly do have an unsavory and inseparable relationship with him. Oh, that makes me mad. You get so cold when talking about the archery club. You got it nice, you got it nice. You left Shinji behind and just quit. Couldn't you think about those who were left behind, like me and Sakura? Did Shinji do something again? A day doesn't pass when he doesn't do something. But still, yesterday was a bit too much. He even made a guy from the first year quit. Can't you kick him out? I don't know how clubs work in, like, Japan, so it might just be, like, a cultural difference type of thing, but can't you just, like, get him out of there? Mitsuzuri sighs seriously. It's rare for her to make a face like this, but even more than that, I can't ignore what she just said. What's that? A student quit? Why? Shinji took his anger out on him. He got a load of female students around and made the kid, who has barely started handling bows, shoot. He laughed at him until he hit the target. And you let this happen? Of course I didn't, but a captain's busy, you know. I can't always be in the dojo, you know that. That's true. What the hell was Shinji thinking? He does teach very harshly, but he's not the type to make fun of people like that. He isn't? I'm surprised. You really are like that. What do you mean by that? Were you just thinking badly of me? Oh, I was just thinking objectively about the truth. So it's up to you if you want to feel angry about it. Stop copying me. Fine, but what about Shinji? Why did he act like that? From what I heard, it was something like getting turned down harshly by Tosaka. Huh? You mean that Tosaka? There's no other Tosakas at our school. I'm talking about the honor student in class 2A, Miss Perfect Tosaka Rin. And I don't think I've heard that nickname before. It's the first time I've heard the nickname, but I would probably agree with it. With Tosaka involved, I can understand even Shinji getting turned down, and most of all, if it was Tosaka, I can see her refusing him mercilessly. Anyways, Shinji's been like that since yesterday. That's why I've had to keep an eye on the dojo until now, today. Shinji has a nasty temper. I know it's hard, but keep up the hard work, Mitsuzuri. Okay. But Shinji never knows when to stop, you know? I feel like he'll do something really bad if he asks her out again and gets turned down again. No, even Shinji won't approach someone who turned him down. He's pretty good about that kind of thing. That drips in irony. But he can't help it if the person who turned him down comes near him. I don't know why, but Tosaka comes to visit the dojo pretty often. You quit, so you wouldn't know. That's the first I've heard of it. Tosaka Rin doesn't do any club activities for personal reasons. I thought she went straight home, since she even turned down the recommendations to join the student council. Well, maybe that sort of thing is good every now and then. He has a haughty attitude, so it might be good for him to have a hard time for once. Mitsuzuri says some dangerous things. Come to think of it, I heard that Tosaka has many enemies, and could Mitsuzuri be one of them? Hey, Mitsuzuri, that's going to... Oh, it's almost time. Bye, Amiya. Come and see my archery skills sometime. Mitsuzuri hurries off. She's just like always, but I like that part of her. Feeling calmer now, I head for the classroom. And I think I'm going to end it there, just because I'm going to try to end it usually around the 20-minute mark just because I don't know how long some scenes will be. Like, if this is like a 2-minute scene or like a 10-minute scene, I have no idea. So I'm just going to end it there for my sake. How do I save this game again? S. There we go. Heck yeah. Yeah, with that being said, I will see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye. Hey there guys, Darkbird, welcome back for more Fate Stay Night in the last one. The last one was when we had all the technical difficulties. Also, if you're noticing that I have a different mic, it's because I decided to go back to using my Blue Snowball for this, just because I actually want to, like, be able to hear the audio so I can enjoy it more. So hopefully it's not, like, too much worse than my usual quality. But in the last one, I think we just came back to school again. Yeah. I'm really hoping... I know I keep saying this and I've been a little negative in this early bit, but it's been going on for a while. I'm like, I just really hope we can get to where, like, we start making, like, important choices, or choices that'll actually, like, change things. Granted, these choices could be changing things, and I just don't know it yet. But I also want to, like, get to, like, where the servants come in and the story starts going somewhere faster. Granted, from what I've heard, it doesn't really pick up the pace, but hopefully the story actually starts sometime soon. With that being said, let's just jump into it. It's lunchtime. Our school has a splendid cafeteria and most students eat there, but there are some old-fashioned students who bring their own lunches. 2 of them happen to be me and the student council president in front of me. Emiya, could you give me some of that fried chicken? My lunch is desperately lacking in meat. Sure, but why is your lunch so plain? You live in a temple, but there aren't any teachings prohibiting meat or alcohol, right? Such an anachronism? It's just my father's way. He says there's no luxurious foods for a young priest, and that I should have to work for what I want. I'm thinking of running away and joining the circus. Oh yeah? That sounds like that guy. Issei's father is the priest of Ryudo Temple, and a bold guy who's old friends with the old man at Fujini's place. You can't expect a normal personality when he's friends with a guy like that. That's great. Well then, I'll give you one in hopes of repayment someday. I handed my lunchbox. Thank you. This too is part of my religious training. Issei bows deeply. How can I put this? I never know what to say when things like this remind me that he's the son of the priest. Oh, by the way, Emiya, did you know that there was something going around on the 2nd Avenue? It's right around the intersection where we part. Intersection. The intersection this morning. He must be in that clamor with all the police cars. I heard there was a murder. I don't know about the details of the family, but of the family of 4, only the child survived. They say the older sister and the parents were stabbed to death. But what's strange is that they think the weapon was a long one, not like a knife or something. So is Lancer just going around murking people for, like, no reason? I don't know, I feel like based off of Ku, though, I mean, granted, I was gonna say, like, based off of what I know of, Ku, he doesn't really seem to be, like, the type of guy who would do that. But as I was saying that, I remembered how, you know, everything that happens later, but, you know, whatever, you know. A long weapon. He must mean something like a sword. It was a murder, so that must mean the sister and the parents were killed, unless they're trying to imply it was a sword. I pictured it, someone barging in during the night. Unjust violence, a one-sided pillage like an accident. Slashed parents. The sister killed without even knowing what's going on. To the side, the child covered in their blood. Issei, have they caught the murderer? It doesn't seem like it. Accidents from faulty construction in Shinto and murder here? It's no wonder they're making the curfew here at school. What's wrong, Emiya? Did you choke on something? Hmm? Nothing. What's wrong? No, I was just surprised since you had a nasty expression. Sorry, this wasn't something I should have talked about during lunch. Issei tries to soften the air apologetically. I was fine with the topic, but was I really making such a nasty face? And then, there's a quiet knock at the door. Excuse me, is Ryudo here, like Ryudo Temple? Huh? Oh, what is it, Sensei? Issei addresses Kuzuki, who just entered. It must be a simple talk about the student council, as Issei seems pretty relaxed. Wow, that's not something you see every day. Despite his appearance, Issei is very shy. The guy who draws a line against his classmates and even his teachers is letting his guard down with Kuzuki. Maybe they get along so well because they're both so serious. Kuzuki Suichiro, the teacher in charge of Class 2A, is serious and stubborn. Probably that aspect helped him to get along with Issei, who prizes order and discipline. The two continue to talk. All the while, I can't get the story of the murder out of my head. Classes end and it's time to go home. I cannot go anywhere as I've worked today. I should leave school and go straight to the neighboring town. But... I'm worried about the conversation I had this morning, so I made my way to the archery club before I knew it. Jeez, what am I doing? According to Mitsuzuri, Tosaka Rin comes here often. Well, I don't really care about that, but I know that Shinji getting angry at her is going to be a problem. Shinji just doesn't stop when he gets angry. It's bad if Shinji gets violent, just because she turned him down. I don't know why it's bad, it's just bad. It makes me feel bad just thinking about it, so I have to stop it from happening. Oh, Tosaka's not here. Tosaka isn't around. Mitsuzuri's worries were needless. Oh, who's not here? I spin around. Oh, it's Issei. So, who's not here? And there's Issei, whom I just left behind. Oh, it's you, Issei. Don't scare me like that. Well, you were looking at the dojo suspiciously. So who's not there? Tosaka. I heard that she had an argument with Shinji yesterday, so I came to see how things were. Oh, wow. That is suspicious. You gave your reasons without being asked. I only asked who wasn't here. What? Why? Shouldn't it concern you? Yes, that's right. But it's useless, Emiya. Tosaka won't be here. That's because she intentionally skipped school today. What? Skipped school? So she was absent today? I see. She's absent. Wait, Issei, how can you say she skipped school? I don't think she'd do such a thing. Of course she will. She won't catch a cold. As I see it, she's evil. You'll be eaten if you let her looks deceive you, Emiya. Somehow Issei's words annoy me. It's true that I don't know her, but I can't imagine that she's a bad person. You're going too far, Issei. Tosaka can't be like that. What, you're after Tosaka too? Oh, I'm sorry. Please ignore what I just said. After Tosaka? Who said anything like that? Don't jump to conclusions. I just thought it'd be bad if Shinji got in trouble again. So you were planning to stop Shinji if he attacked Tosaka, huh? You're playing an unrewarded role again. I don't really care, but you have a bad taste, Emiya. It's not unrewarded since I haven't done it. But Issei, didn't you say something strange? Huh? You mean that going after Tosaka is in bad taste? Yeah, Tosaka's really popular. I haven't heard any bad rumors about her. Yes, none. And that's exactly what I don't like about it. Issei looks away, snorting. What don't you like about it? Everything. The woman is a fox, a schoolgirl, a monster. I just don't like her physiologically. I couldn't tell if that was physiologically or psychologically. Listen, I feel like whenever I start recording these, my reading level goes down by at least 10 grades, so I'll use that as my excuse. I won't say anything bad, but you should try to hate her too. Oh, I like his little blushies, he's cute. Issei, don't you always say we shouldn't talk badly of people behind their backs? Idiot, this doesn't count as talking behind their backs. I'm speaking so that she can hear it. Ah, no wonder I feel someone's eyes from the archery dojo. Thank God. I'm so glad Tosaka's absent today. Please, Issei, please restrict yourself to talking behind people's backs. Alright, if you say so. But I wasn't insulting her at all. I was only saying that I'm on guard against her. That should be within my rights. But you're saying things like monster and fox. I think the term schoolgirl is discrimination. No, that was just praise. There are good foxes and monsters too. I don't apply the terms to describe Tosaka. Katsu. Issei laughs. Well, I'll be going. I'm going back to the student council room. You're going to work, right? You shouldn't have time to play around like this. He must feel refreshed now that he's said everything he wanted to, and as he leaves calmly. I know him for 2 years now, but I still don't understand his personality. "20 minutes after taking the bus from my school, I arrive at the neighboring town of Shinto across the bridge. Oh, it's not 5 o'clock yet? I guess I still have some time. Do I get to make a choice on what I want to do? I want to take a drink of water bottle. That's my choice." Delicioso. Miyama City is a residential district, so it's hard to find part-time jobs there, but the developing Shinto has many available. The school rules allow for part-time jobs, so I work a few easy ones. Within them, I prefer hard physical labor that ends as quickly as possible. It's killing 2 birds with 1 stone, as it builds my body while I get paid for it. Today's job is a simple loading job from 5 to 8 o'clock. Even though it's only 3 hours, there's 6 hours worth of work to do, that make you run around without a minute's rest. So I should rest when I can, even if it's just for 10 minutes. It's a waste of energy walking around until my job, so I guess I'll rest in the park. This park among the buildings is like a big field. A park should be filled with people like families and lovers on weekends, but it's empty here now. No, this place is always desolate. This place is the same as always. I'm a bit sad. The utterly neglected ground looks awful compared to the neatly organized surroundings. The desolate area makes the wind feel cold. This is the remains of conflagration 10 years ago, and this place is where I was saved from burning to death. I wonder why they don't plant grass here. It's a waste to keep it like this. It's a large area, so they retiled it. The park would get bigger. Thinking absent-mindedly, I sit down on a bench. I stare at the burned land to pass the time. I don't remember what happened here back then. I probably don't remember because I was a kid, and it wouldn't have been an easy scene to memorize. All I can remember is that it was hot, and I couldn't breathe, and that people died trying to save others. I wonder why. For an example, an adult that tried to save a child from a burning house. He saved the child but died in its place. For example, there were people who had their throats burned, but they gave what little water they had to one guy, and the others died. For example, there was someone who ran alone to get away from a fire as fast as possible, and everybody they passed on the way died. And for example, people who died because they gave something that was saving them, only to save others that didn't even know. Man, that sounds like some weird examples to give for later context. Also, I feel like I say vague things like that because I feel like I'm trying to avoid spoilers for people who haven't read this before or don't know too much about Fate. But I also haven't read this. I've only watched UBW, the anime, Heaven's Feel, and that's it from the Stay Night era, I guess. That's all I've seen is the anime. So I have no idea anything about the context of not necessarily the context of this, but I don't know anything about the Fate route, you know? I didn't like things like that. It makes me mad that those who tried hard were sacrificed. Am I greedy to want an ending where everybody is safe and happy? All I wanted was to see people relax peacefully, so why couldn't I manage such a simple thing? That's difficult. What you want is to save everyone. Kiritsugu answered so to the question I asked as a child. Of course, as a child, I denied it. Because Kiritsugu saved me, I knew he was a sorcerer who could do anything. I knew he was a superhero who couldn't ignore people in need, who saved them for no benefit. So I believed Kiritsugu could have saved everyone back then. When I told him that, he made a troubled expression and said something that I can remember to this day. Shiro, saving one person means not saving another. Look, a superhero can only save the people he has saved. It's obvious. That is that is the definition of the superhero. I understand that. It's obvious now that he said it. Let's say there was a robber and some hostages, and the robber intends to kill the hostages. With normal methods, most of the hostages will be killed. Even if you use a miraculous method to save all the hostages, there will still be one person who isn't saved. That, of course, is the robber whose hostages were rescued. The people a superhero saves are only those he decides to save. That's why even God cannot save everyone. All the more so if it's a natural disaster, no one could have saved everyone. The fire 10 years ago was like that. It's not something I, who was miraculously saved from it, can talk about now. But I don't want that. I don't want such a thing. I don't want help. I don't want help that has limited capacity. You want to help no matter how impossible it is. I can't stand to have strangers dying around me like that back then. So, if I had been there 10 years ago, even if it was impossible, I would have gone to that fire and I would have certainly died in vain. That's for certain. Jeez, I'm hopeless. Yeah, it's already 5 o'clock. The 5 o'clock bell rings. I stand up and quickly make my way to work. When my job's done, the sun has already set. It's a bit before 8. I finished 10 minutes early because I worked too hard. It seems I worked frantically since I went to that place before work. Here in front of the station, the night's just getting started. There are lots of people and a constant flow of cars on the road. The buildings are still lit up, and just looking at them makes me feel like I'm watching grand festivals of illumination. I guess I don't have to buy anything for Fujini. I walk while looking up at the lighted building. It's the biggest building in Shinto, so I can't see the top two clearly. I just gaze up the building, just enjoying the night scenery. When I think I see something out of place... What was that? I stop and stare at the rooftop. I focus my eyes, looking at the thing as small as a grain of rice. Yo, that's a good image, my dude. Oh, dude, I found the thumbnail already. What the? It looks like someone I know. Why is she there? I had a mini panic attack because I looked over at OBS because I'm super paranoid about it not recording. And I saw that there was no audio, so I was like, oh no, it's not recording. And then I was like, oh wait, I can hear it now, so I know that there's no audio playing at this moment. Haha. Why is she there? What would she be doing there? With her long hair fluttering and doing nothing, she looks down at the town. It doesn't seem like she notices me down here. No, there's no way she could see me. She's so high up that I, with better eyesight than most, can barely see her by improving my vision with magical energy. I didn't know he could do that, but that explains, like, mystic eyes. I can recognize her since she's standing there alone, but there's no way she would notice me down here among all these people. She's just looking down at the town. Maybe she's looking for something as I can feel her sharp eyes stare even down here. I forget about time and keep looking up at the girl standing in the sky. She is on top of a tall tower. She's like a witch, that's irony, looking down at the earth with the moon behind her. Oh? And then she must be done with whatever she's doing as she disappears. Her figure has disappeared and the scene returns to the beautiful view of the night. That was Tosaka, right? I have no proof, but I think I'm right. There aren't many girls with looks that stand out that much. And more than that, I'm not stupid enough to mistake a girl I secretly admire. I see, but still. Well, it's... Tosaka has strange hobbies. That's a weird way to put it. I mean, I guess from your perspective it's like, why is she standing up there like that? But I don't know. I wouldn't assume it's a hobby. Unlike Shinto, there's no one in Miyama City. After 8 o'clock, there are no people around, and the town is terribly quiet. At the junction is the house I saw this morning. There's no sign of people, and the door has a do not enter sign. After only a day, the house is as quiet as an abandoned building. Parents and older sisters killed by the burglar. What kind of life remains for the child left behind? I bite my lip, feeling powerless. Even after swearing to become like Kiritsugu, I can't do anything about something that happened so close by. Even though I want to help someone, in the end, I don't even know what I can do. I climbed the hill and reached the Emiya house. The lights are still on, so Sakura or Fujini must still be there. I'm home. Oh, it's just you, Fujini. Oh, welcome home, Shiro. I forgot what voice I did for her. Fujini turns around, munching on a rice cracker. The TV shows a loud variety show. Geez, coming home at a time like this again. I told you to come home early since it gets dark early in the winter. I am home early. I'm taking a part-time job that finishes at 8. So don't be so unreasonable. So, where's Sakura? It looks like dinner's ready, but... Sakura-chan went home early. She said she had something to do today, so she just cooked dinner and left. Fujini says so happily. As far as she's concerned, anyone who cooks for her is a good person. I see. That might be a good idea for a while. It's been dangerous recently. So maybe I should just cook dinner for myself until then. Until next term. What? I protest. You come home so late, Shiro. If you don't cook after that, we won't eat until after 10. Hold on, can't you just eat at home? What? I am at home. Fujini seems puzzled. Honestly, I'm not sure if that makes me happy or sad. Alright, I understand. I can't exactly expect you to cook for yourself, can I? Anyways, what's that thing by your feet? Don't tell me you've been picking up junk again. Fujini has a terrible habit of leaving junk at my place. Large bowls from restaurants, a heavy teapot she got in the shopping district, a strange guitar that plays by itself. What? I think she thinks of this place as some kind of warehouse. Let me see. I'll throw it away if it's junk. This? It's a poster that was left over at my place. Fujini hands me the poster. It's probably some infamous idol or something. Let's see. Here we have a military-style guy with his thumbs up on a cheap-looking blue sky background. In letters like blood it reads, "Love's lovely Rangerland. Please join the self-defense force." Hold on, this is an army recruiting poster. I don't want it, so you can have it. Well, I don't want this either. I roll up the poster and hit Fujini with it. Hehe, missed. But Fujini deflects my attack with the poster she had hidden and counterattacks mercilessly. Bam! The poster lightly knocks my... Gah! Stars! I saw stars! Don't imagine you can hit me with your skills. You need to practice more. That's not the problem. What was that? Why does a poster make a crash like that? Could this be the skill of a master? Huh? Oh, sorry. This poster is a special first edition made from steel plate. Shiro, is your head all right? Fujini, your pet personality is going to kill someone one day. I'm not worried. Shiro would marry me if that happened. Huh? What the I'm not worried. Your personality will kill someone someday. I'm not worried. Shiro would marry me if that... What the freak does that line mean? Okay. Huh? I completely refuse. I have no intention of marrying such a thoughtless killer. Hey! I don't think I'm that dangerous of a... You just attacked someone with a steel plate pole. I knew it. So it's true that people never know themselves. How true, how true. Well, that's ironic. I'll have to watch out, or I'll be killed. Huh? Just keep saying that. Anyways, I'm hungry. Shiro, I waited all this time, so let's have dinner. Fujini stands up. How strange. Fujini is helping out, even if it's only setting up the dishes. She must be really hungry. Okay, then you can get the dishes out. You can pour rice, right? I can. Hey, Shiro, can I use a bowl? I guess so. Sakura isn't here today, so there'll be some left over anyway. Alright, I'll use the same for you then. Fujini pours rice into 2 bowls. Oh well, I was gonna have seconds anyway. Besides, if I argue with Fujini, she'll take my dinner away. And to add, chaotic dinners like this have common scenes for many years now. The day ends. Finishing a rowdy dinner and seeing Fujini off, I take a bath. After that, I practice my daily routine in the shed. I complete it as usual and go to sleep. It is 1 in the morning. The day ends peacefully without any troubles. It is at the end of the day. Okay, I think that this is actually when the servant things start happening, since I'm just assuming. Also, there are some things in there that implied it, but I don't want to spoil things, so I won't say. With that being said, I'm gonna end the episode here. So I will see you guys in the next one. Again, even if it's not in the next episode, it's gonna be within this day. I'm willing to bet on it being in this day that we get to the servants. I should have paid more attention to the days passing and Reen's part, but I'm big dumb, as you've probably noticed so far. But yeah, with that being said, I will see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye. Hey there guys, Dark Mirror, welcome back for more. It has been so long since I've done this intro. Hey there guys, Dark Mirror here, welcome back for more Fate Stay Night. It has been forever since I have done that intro. Yeah, I was like really getting into the game, you know, cause like, I guess things are like, you know, like I'm like, yeah, things are like about to happen. But then I got like really, really sick. It's nothing to do with the, you know, the world right now. It's unrelated week-long sicknesses, you know, the huge. But yeah, I'm back and I'm hoping to hopefully be able to like record and put up all of this, like the Fate route. I don't know how long it is. I think it's like, it shouldn't be like too terribly long. I say like for visual novel standards, I guess. I don't really know what I'm trying to say. Like, it shouldn't be like 1,000 parts, I think. I believe. I don't know. But yeah, with that being said, I'm hoping to get it done like by the end of the year. Like that's kind of where I'm like looking at right now. But yeah, that being said, let's just jump back into it. I'm in a fire, collapsing buildings and burning people. No matter how far I run, the scenery is always red. This is a vision of 10 years ago, a memory of the distant past I haven't remembered in a while. I run through it, as if recreating the scene. There's no escape, even though I know it's a dream. I run, keep running. In the end, where I end up is how I'm saved after running out of energy. I wake up with a bad feeling. A feeling like metal weight is inside my chest. I feel my forehead and find that I'm sweating a lot even though it's winter. Oh, it's already this late? It's already past 6 o'clock. From the kitchen, I can hear the sound of the kitchen knife cutting something. Sakura is early, as usual. There's no time to be impressed. I have to get ready quickly and go help fix breakfast. Shiro, what are you gonna do today? Oh, because I was like, wait, hang on, what do you mean doing today? Isn't it school? Like, I just had a flashback of like when I was in high school. I was like, no, every day is just high school. I don't have plans because it's just school day today. Will you be working this afternoon because it's Saturday? No, I don't have work today. I think I'll be doing something with Issei. Why? Oh, nothing. I just hope you might come and visit me at the dojo today. I'm in a pinch this month. In a pinch? What is it? My wallet. I'd be really happy if someone made me lunch. I refuse. It's your own fault, so you should skip a meal once in a while. I'm not expecting anything from Shiro. The only one I'm depending on is Sakura-chan. Right, Sakura-chan? Yes, if you don't mind having the same lunch as me, I can prepare one. Yep, fine. Let's eat lunch together today, then. Breakfast continues as usual. Today, along with the usual, there's simmered lotus root with chicken. I don't think she has to make anything this elaborate for breakfast, but I think she made a lot of it to take for lunch too. Sakura is a member of the archery club, and Fujini is in charge of the archery club. It's natural for them to share lunches. Oh, Shiro, you were late this morning. Did something happen? Freaking, is that just like something that like everyone else does? Because I also have a ton of friends who are like, yep, it's 6 o'clock, time to rise with the sun, baby, and like, I guess I'm just the weird one here. Fujini looks at me, sipping her miso soup. Jeez, she's usually slow, but she gets sharp only at times like this. I had a dream about my past. I just woke up grouchy, that's all. I see. Nothing unusual. I'm relieved. Fujini ends the conversation like she's not interested. I'm not worried at all about it either, so I shouldn't get mad about it. 10 years ago. I used to have nightmares back then when I couldn't get the fire out of my mind. But I saw less of it as time passed, and I'm well over it now that I can let it slide even after dreaming about it. But I guess it was pretty bad back then. Since Fujini has been here since that time, she's sensitive to my change. Shiro, are you not hungry? You don't happen to have no appetite this morning, right? I am hungry. I'm fine, so don't try to take my food using my dream as an excuse. Man, I'm glad you've gotten so strong, but personally, I wish you were more delicate. That's my line. I wish you'd be more sweet. I always get sweet and sweat mixed up, so I was like, that's why I read it as, I wish you'd be more sweat. I'm like, that's not something you say to anybody. We make fun of each other without looking at each other. That proves my liveliness, and Fujini laughs with relief. To be honest, I'm glad she's worrying. She'll be elated if I thank her, so I act like I'm discontented. Not knowing the circumstances, Sakura looks puzzled at the way we're acting. After Fujine leaves, we lock the house and leave. Senpai, I won't be able to come and help out from tonight until Monday. Is that alright? That's alright. It's the weekend anyways. You should be hanging out with your friends, so don't worry about it. No, that's not it. It's not like that, it's just a personal errand. And I'll be attending the club too. So you can come to the dojo if anything comes up. I'm not going off to play because it's the weekend, so please don't misunderstand me. Huh? Sakura's acting suspicious and she looks very tense. I don't really understand what she wants to say, but I guess she just means she can't come over this weekend. Okay, I'll go to the dojo if something comes up. Yes, it'll make me happy if you do so. Sakura looks relieved, and when she looks down, her face suddenly stiffens. Senpai, your hand. Sakura is staring at my left hand. Looking down at it, it's bleeding. Huh? I pull out my sleeve. There is certainly blood there. What's this? Maybe I cut it while fixing something last night? But it doesn't hurt at all. There's just a welt on it. A welt goes straight from my shoulder down to the hand, and it looks like a small snake running through my shoulder to my... What the freak? I'm trying to think about if I know what that is, and I feel like I have no idea what that is. Well, I don't feel any pain, so it should go away quickly. Don't worry, it's nothing. Yes, if you say so. Perhaps she's feeling bad from seeing the blood, as Sakura looks away and falls silent. What the freak happened to his hand? I leave Sakura, who has club activities, and head to the school building. The schoolyard is full of spirited students running around. But still, there's something oddly wrong here. The school is like it always is. The students at morning practice are lively, and the new school building is spotless. Maybe it's just my imagination. But when I close my eyes, the air completely changes. The school building is covered with stains like membranes, and the students running around the schoolyard seem like empty maybe I'm just tired. Yeah, I definitely have those same thoughts when I'm tired. I just close my eyes and go, yeah, dude, all these students, empty dolls, baby. I shake my head to clear it. I head to the lifeless building. School ends early on Saturdays. Classes end before noon, and after I finish helping Issei afterwards, the sun is starting to set. Well, let's head home. I pack up and leave my classroom. And then... Ooh. Yeah, this is it, boys. I know what's happening now. Oh, you're still here, Emiya? I bump into Shinji. There are a couple of girls behind him being rowdy. You were still here even though you had nothing to do. Oh yeah, and you were sticking up for the student council again, right? I envy you. You can get good reports from the school without doing any club activities. I'm not helping the student council. It's only natural for a student to fix the school equipment, right? After all, we're the ones using them. Keep talking like that. For you, everything is natural. Didn't I tell you that I hate how you act like a good kid? Sorry, I don't remember that. I thought that was just the sort of thing you say, so I didn't really notice it. Huh, fine. Then if you're gonna fix everything at the school, then you're going to fix everything at the school. Fixing everything would be impossible. The most I can do is take care of things. Alright, then do me a favor. Our archery club is in kind of a mess right now. It's a bit disordered and some of the bows need strings attached. If you have the time, can you do that too? You used to be a member. Don't just stick to the student council, and you should be useful to us sometimes as well. What? Senpai, didn't Fujimura-sensei tell you to do that? That's right. You'll be scolded tomorrow if you don't do it properly. But the shop will close if I start cleaning now. It's fine if he does it, right? I don't know. Besides, an outsider wouldn't know how. Are you sure, Shinji? Are you sure? Shinji said he used to be in the archery club, so we can let him do it. They're getting rowdy behind Shinji. It seems they're in the archery club, but they must be members that Shinji recruited recently, as I don't know them. I'll leave it to you then. The key is in the usual place. So go ahead. You don't mind, right, Emiya? No, I have some free time, so this isn't a bad thing to do once in a while. Thanks, let's go, everyone. He says he'll do the boring chores for us. Oh wait, Senpai. Yes, please take care of the cleaning, Senpai. The cleaning ends quite easily, as I know the place well. It took a while, as it is quite big, but it was fun cleaning the place I used until a year and a half ago. I picked up a bow thinking it might be okay to shoot just once, but since it wasn't mine, I decided not to. If I ever wanted to, I can just bring my own bow and come here. But there's so many more carbon bows now. There was only one when I was in my first year. Carbon-based bows are good, unlike wood and plastic bows. But the biggest problem is the price, and they're not something we could buy with the club budget. Back then, Shinji was the only one using it. Are the new members rich too? What a waste. You can modify a wooden bow a lot more. Well, I guess that's personal taste right there. When I look at the clock, it's way past curfew. It's a little after 7 o'clock. The gates should be closed by now, so there's no reason to rush. But still, was this dojo always this dirty? There are loads of places that look unkempt. Well, another hour or two won't matter now that I've done this much. I've started this, so I'll finish the job. I'm so excited. The wind is blowing. It's so cold that my cheeks are getting numb. Fuyuki City isn't usually cold during the winter, but it is cold tonight of all nights. My breath hangs around as a white cloud. I wrap up my body to hold off the cold. No wonder it's dark. The moon's behind the clouds. There's no light in the sky when I look up. Because of the strong winds, the clouds are moving fast. It's past curfew and there's no signs of life in the empty school. It seems this place is filled only with chill, as it's all silent. Just now, I think I hear something. I do hear something. Is it coming from the school grounds? This night. I must have been curious about the sound that broke the silence. To investigate it, I find myself heading there, even though I know somehow that I mustn't. I go to the schoolyard. People? That was a weird read, but I'll stick with it. Well, they only look like that from a distance. It's a dark night. It's a dark night with no light. If I want to know more, I'll have to go closer to the schoolyard. I can hear the sounds louder now. It's the sound of metal hitting metal. That must mean someone is fighting with weapons there. That's stupid. What the hell am I thinking? I dismiss the image from my mind with a bitter smile and walk on. At that time, maybe my instincts noticed the danger as I hid myself as I approached. I don't know if this is fortunate or not. But anyways, when I get by a tree that is big enough to hide myself, I take a closer look at the source of the sound. My mind stops completely. What the? There's something strange there. A man in red and a man in blue. They are dangerously armed as their ominous appearance suggests they are actually slashing at each other. I can't understand. I can't follow them with my eyes. My brain does not work properly faced with their impossible movements. But the clang of their weapons tells me that they're trying to kill each other. I just knew immediately when I saw them. They are not human. They're probably just things that look like humans. I can tell not because I'm learning magic. Anyone would realize they're not human. After all, humans can't move like that, so they are something no one should associate with. I can feel their murderous intent even from a distance. I'm going to die. My body understands faster than my brain that I will definitely die if I stay here. That's why my heart is racing so fast. As a living thing like them, I sense that they're living things made only to kill. They're using weapons made only to kill. I remember the murder yesterday. They said the family was killed with some weapon like a sword. I shouldn't watch any longer. But my body won't follow my commands and I can't even breathe. My mind wants to run away, but my judgment tells me I'll be seen the moment I run away. More than the conflict within me, my body is just numb. Even though I'm a good 40 meters away, I can't breathe properly. It's like I have a spear pointed right at my back. Huh. Irony. I need water. The sounds stop. The figures separate and stand facing each other. The moment I feel relief at the end of their battle, I sense an even stronger intention to kill. My heart stops. The numbness in my body becomes convulsions, and I clench my teeth to try to hold my trembling body. What the hell is he? An overwhelming amount of magical energy is flowing into the blue guy. Kiritsugu showed me once what it's like to draw in magical energy from the surroundings. It's a beautiful magic that impressed even an amateur like me. That thing is different. Just as even the simple task of drinking water could seem ugly if it goes too far, what he's doing is so excessive that anyone with knowledge of magical energy would hate it. He's going to die. The guy in red is going to die. It's a blow with that much concentrated magical energy. There's no way he'll be able to survive it. He'll die. He's not human, so something merely like a human will die. That's something I can just ignore. I can't just ignore. The doubt takes my mind off of them. The binds of my body disappear, and the instant I take a deep breath. Who's there? The guy in blue stares at me. Who's hiding? What? The blue guy's body sinks. Just that motion tells me that I'm his target now. My legs start running automatically. I realize that this is an action to escape death, and I put all the energy in my body into running away. I don't know how fast I run, but before I know it, I'm in the school building. How stupid of me. I regret my actions, panting heavily. I should have run into the town to get away. What am I doing fleeing into such a deserted place? And a school of all things? Isn't there some better place to hide than here? Anyways, why do I think I'll be killed if I don't escape? My heart aches from running so much. Turning around, I can sense nothing pursuing me. The only sound in the air is the sound of my footsteps. So I can finally rest. I stop my feet, unable to take another step, send oxygen to my pumping heart, and look up to finally realize that I'm safe. Man, what was that? I recall the scene from earlier while catching my breath. Anyway, I'm sure that it wasn't something I should have seen. Some things like humans fighting in the school Some some things like humans were fighting in the school grounds. That's all I can remember. But there was something else I saw out of the corner of my eye. Wasn't there someone else too? But I can't remember what the figure looked like. To be honest, I didn't have the composure to notice anything other than those two fighting. Well, anyways, the chase is over now. Is over, right? I can't remember any of the voices I did. The voice comes from right in front of me. Yo, you ran pretty far. He speaks in a friendly tone. I can't breathe. My brain stops, and even though I cannot think, I vaguely understand that I'm going to die. You know better than anyone that you can't escape, right? People who get killed are usually like that. It's nothing to be embarrassed about. You don't have to feel ashamed. The lance is casually raised. You were just unlucky, kid. Well, you saw us, so die. And the man's lance mercilessly pierces Amyashiro's heart. There wasn't even time to dodge it. All the training I did was for nothing. I knew I was going to be killed. I knew I was going to be pierced by that lance, yet I could not move at all. The world distorts. My body grows cold. Feeling vanishes from my fingertips. I cough up blood once more. More blood should have come up, but it only happens once. Perhaps the man's lance is special. The blood slowly clots, and the heart that should have exploded stops working with just a single pierce. I can't see well. There's no feeling in me. I feel like a jellyfish floating in the dark sea at night. I don't feel any pain already. The world is white, and only I am black. So rather than feeling like I'm dead, it's more like the world around me has disappeared. I know this. I felt this 10 years ago. This is how someone feels when dying. Dead men tell no tales. It's only natural for the weak to die. But I cannot concentrate on my vision. Man, you really make me do unpleasant jobs. It's a joke that a hero is acting like this. I can hear only voices. I know I have no complaints. I saw the girl's servant, so I'll go back. A voice filled with irritation, and after that, I hear footsteps running through the hallway. Archer, huh? I want to finish the match with him, but I have to follow my master's plan. Jeez, I don't like him. The voice suddenly disappears. I guess he's jumped out the window or something. And after that... footsteps approach me and stop. In that brief period, more footsteps. I can't hear much now. Follow him, Archer. Lancer will probably go back to his master. This won't be worth it unless we at least find out what his master looks like. Whose voice was that? I concentrate, my fading mind, but I can't remember anything. Right now, my breathing is too noisy. My lungs must still be alive. The air coming out of my mouth is as loud as a hurricane. But it's amazing he isn't dead yet. I sense someone looking at my face. Perhaps my breathing was as loud as the figure tries to close my mouth and... Stop it. Why does it have to be you? I hear the person grit their teeth, then they touch me without hesitation. Reforge the damaged organ and use it as a substitute, and restore the heart in the process, huh? If I succeed, I'll be accepted to the clock tower instantly. A pain-filled voice. With that, my mind stops fading. Feeling returns to my body. Slowly, bit by bit, like a drop of water going down a leaf, feeling returns to my body. What is the person doing? The person is sweating and places their hand on my chest with all their heart. When I notice, the place where the person placed their hand is terribly hot. It must be so hot that the frozen blood molted and started to flow again. Phew. I can sense someone take a deep breath and sit down. I'm tired. I hear the clang of something falling.
まあ仕方ないか。
Well, I guess it can't be helped.
ごめんなさい。
Forgive me, Father. Your daughter is terribly heartless.
とんでもなく薄情者です。
And that's it. The person speaks to mock themselves and leaves. My heart resumes its activity. And then my mind stops. This is not the sleep of death. This is a restful sleep to recover the energy to wake up again. Do 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 do. Alright. And I think I'm gonna end that right there, because I don't know how long the next scene's gonna be, baby. So, with that being said, I will see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye. Okay, guys, it has been a long time since I've recorded one of these. Life's just been busy. I've been recording other games that I've just been more in the mood for. But I've been playing a lot of Fate Grand Order recently, like a lot more than I've played in a long time. Which just got me in like a fatey mood. Also, sorry, that was really gross. I might edit that little bit out. I kind of burped and it was weird. And I am still sick with COVID, but it's not as... I'm not sick with COVID. I still have a cough from COVID, but it's not as bad. So now my coughs aren't ear-piercing. I've been going through my Legends Arceus footage. I've edited like 3 episodes. I recorded them all the day they came out. Like the day Arceus came out, and that's when my cough was super bad. And I've just been slowly editing them. Most the edits I need to do for them are just reducing the volume of my coughs. So, yeah, I'm in a fatey mood. So I was like, let's get back to this. Also, I did upload part 12, which I've had on my computer for a long time. I just haven't edited or downloaded it. I mean, not downloaded. I just haven't edited it yet. I mean, I hadn't edited it before, but now I have. This is a mess. I have a lot of stuff edited that I just haven't uploaded for reasons. I'm glad to be back to uploading stuff. But with how bad my internet is, it's really stressful. Like, if I could, I would literally upload everything I have right now and just have it, like, privated until I want it to be published, but that's just very hard to do, even though it would make my life a lot easier. With that being said, we're 2 minutes in. Let's just actually jump into this. Last time we died. I think that's yeah, we died. I think that's the main thing to take away from it. But we didn't. But yeah, so let's just go. I wake up. I feel sick. My whole body is in pain, and I have a sharp headache each time my heart throbs. What happened? I can't remember because of the sharp headache. My body is cold, probably from lying on the floor for a long time. The only certain thing is my ripped uniform and my own blood on the floor. I get up with a hazy head. The spot where I was laying looks like a murder scene. Damn, I really had my chest pierced? Ugh. Bearing the pain, I enter the closest classroom. Moving to the locker with unsteady steps, I take out a mop and a bucket. Yo, leave it to Shiro to be the only guy who's like, yeah, I just got murdered here. Let me clean that up really quick. What a boy. What a good boy. Huh? What am I doing? I'm still in a panic. Why do I think I have to clean up when I've just met something totally outrageous and been killed instantly? Am I an idiot? Damn, it won't come off. I wipe the floor with the mop. With unsteady hands, I manage to get the blood wiped off and pick up any trash lying around and put it into my pocket. Maybe I'm destroying the evidence? I'm still in a daze, so perhaps that's why I'm doing something so absurd. I put the mop back. I put back the mop and bucket and leave the school like a zombie. I get hotter as I walk. The air is so cold, but it feels like my body is burning. I bet dying does that to you. It tends to not be very pleasant, I've heard. Especially when you're murdered. Yo, wait, are we actually... Episode 13.
Are we actually about to get to the part where, like, the story starts? When I get home, the day has already changed. There's no one home. Neither Fujini nor Sakura is around. I collapse to the floor. I lie on the ground and finally calm down. I take a deep breath. When I inhale, my heart cries in pain as if cracking apart. I mean, that is the thing that was stabbed. No, that's wrong. It wasn't just cracked. It had a hole in it. But it healed, and the wound tries to open again when I inhale. That sounds awful. So it's true that I was almost killed. No, that's wrong too. I wasn't almost killed. I was actually killed. But I'm still alive in spite of that because someone saved me. I wonder who it was. I should at least thank them. Since the person was there, that person might have something to do with them. But that makes no difference to the fact that the person saved me. I have to thank them one of these days. The more I let my guard down, the pain returns. At the same time, I feel like vomiting. I sit up and resist the sickness. Huh? I place my hand on my bare chest where the uniform is ripped. Even though I was saved, it did have a hole in my chest. That feeling, such an unpleasant feeling, a spearhead entering my body is something I can't forget easily. Damn, I'll have nightmares about this for a while. If I close my eyes, it feels like the lance is still in me. I shake off that illusion and try to calm down. Okay, I don't know how much people want me to talk throughout these episodes. These Fate videos get, like, my most views out of anything I post ever. But I don't really get comments on them. So I don't know if people are okay with me, like, interjecting, like, with little thoughts I have. But I want to do it anyway, since I don't know if people don't like it. I had an experience, not quite that dramatic last night, but it was just, like, a memory, like, I was, like, laying down sleeping, like, trying to go to sleep, and the moment I closed my eyes, I, like, flashed back to something from, like, my childhood. It was when I fell off, like, a snow pile, and it hit my head against, like, the ground really hard. Like, I just laid down in my bed, closed my eyes, and then suddenly, like, if I could, like, feel, like, my head whiplash against the ground, and it was awful. So, like, I kind of get it. Again, I think a little bit of head trauma isn't as bad as dying, but, I mean, who knows? If I close my eyes, it feels like the lance is still in me. I shake off that illusion and try to calm down. Alright, I'm starting to calm down. The result of all that training every night. Just taking a few deep breaths clears my mind and the heat and nausea vanish from my body. So about those guys. A man in blue, and a man in red. They looked human, but I don't think they were. Were they like ghosts or something? That's pretty close, but I've never heard of ghosts with form able to associate directly with people. And they were talking too. If they were their own will, it's hard for me to think of them as ghosts. I've heard that the only ghosts with a body are spirits, but aren't they shaped differently from humans? He knows a lot about ghosts, which is a thing that most people don't even believe in, but he's just like, listen, guys, if that was like a ghost, I would know, alright? I am an expert. Proceeds to whip out the Wikipedia article on ghosts, and he's like, listen, right here, it says right here, spirits tend to not have their own free will, to have a less, like defined form. Yeah, you know, like, they're clearly not ghosts. No, that's not the problem. There's another fundamental problem. Those two are killing each other. The murderous burglar that has appeared in the neighborhood. The ongoing ominous events in Fuyuki City. All I can tell with such thoughts is that it's way out of my league. If father was still alive. Perhaps because the wound in my chest is so vivid, I complain about things I shouldn't. Idiot. I've already decided to do whatever I can, even when I don't understand. Complaining comes later. First I have to decide whether or not this is my concern. Nanny. The bell hung from the ceiling rings. This is a Magus house, even if only a poor one. There's a boundary field that alerts me when a stranger enters the property. A burglar? At a time like this? That was a really raspy voice for my Shiro. As I speak, I realize my foolishness. That can't be. With this timing, right after that strange incident, that can't be. There's an intruder. Not a burglar, but an assassin who's here for my life. Because I remember that guy saying, "You saw us, so die." Yo, but like, how does Lancer know he lived? I don't remember that ever being explained in Unlimited Blade Works or just in general. So I am slightly confused. The house is filled with silence. The silent darkness, the murderous intent I felt at school is slowly drawing closer. Boom, boom. My throat gulps. I don't know why you had to specify your throat. You could have just said, I gulped. I feel a sharp chill running down my spine. I will be instantly pierced if I moved from this room. I'd say hide under the table, but I don't think there's enough room. I frantically contain the scream about to escape my mouth. The instant I release it, the assassin will happily jump in and take the opportunity to kill me. If that happens, it'll be just like before. Unprepared, I will be pierced by that lance again. The moment I think about it, my breathing goes wild. Damn it. I'm ashamed that I'm about to give up my saved life so easily and that I'm afraid. Grating my teeth and holding my chest, I try to restrain myself. I should get used to it. This is the second time. This is the second time I'm about to be killed. Listen, bro, that's 2 more times than most people get. But that's still not enough to get used to something like this, okay? That alone is enough to make me want to end it differently from last time. Besides, I'm a Magus. What have I been learning for the past 8 years if I can't even protect my own life? Alright, let's do this. Enough thinking. Right now, I just have to counter the intruder. First of all, I need a weapon. Even though I'm a Magus, all I can do is strengthen something that could be a weapon. To fight, I need a weapon. The shed has lots of... Oh. Am I about to get a choice? I didn't think those existed in this game. The shed has lots of things that could become weapons, but it's too far away. If I'm attacked when I leave the living room, it'll just be a repeat of what happened earlier. It'll be difficult, but I have to find a weapon here. Something long and thin would be best. My opponent's weapon is a lance, so something like a knife won't do. It would be great if there were a wooden sword or something, but of course there's nothing. If I think it could be a weapon, it's... Man, only the poster Fujini left here? I'm disappointed. But despite that, I'm determined, even in this hopeless situation. Things are already as bad as they can be, so they can't get any worse. So all I have to do is run forward until I run out of energy. Trace on. With the words that suggest in my reconstruction, I channel magical energy into the 60-centimeter long poster. I have to turn it into something that can repel that lance, so I need to channel magical energy into every corner and solidify it. Basic quality analyze. Extend my consciousness. As the soaking my blood into the poster through my skin, I permeate magical energy into it. Basic quality. Reinforce. A sense that I've hit the bottom. Right before the magical energy overflows from it. Trace off. I cut off all connection with the poster and shut out the feeling of success. The poster is now as hard as metal, but it's as light as it was before, so I couldn't ask for a better sword. I did it. How many years has it been since I last succeeded the strengthening... Wait, how many years has it been since I last succeeded the strengthening magic? What? It's been years since he's gotten it right? It's kind of ironic. The magic I've never been able to achieve since Kiritsugu died is finally working in this kind of situation. Anyways, now, I might be able to do something. I have some knowledge of how to use a sword. I hold the poster with both hands and stand up. I'll die anyway if I stay here. I don't think I would be able to flee even if I escape this house. So all I can do is run straight to the shed and make a stronger weapon. Phew! Come if you're going to come. It won't be like before. And the instant I think that... Yowza Palauza, he's here. My whole spine shivers. When did he arrive? Appearing from the ceiling, the guy dropped straight at me. Why from the ceiling? Why not just come in and stab him? What? Huh? Silverlight descends upon me. The guy that seems to have come straight through the ceiling descends to spear my head. Well, I guess he could probably just phase through the ceiling, so he's probably just prowling around and was like, oh, there you are. Shoop! Zips on through the ceiling straight at him. I frantically escape by rolling forward. He lands softly while I keep rolling, but I stop rolling and stand with my freshly made sword in hand. Grr. He turns to face me, looking bored. You're causing unnecessary troubles. I was being considerate by killing you before you noticed me. He raises his lance again, seemingly uninterested. I don't know why, but he lacks the spirit he had at the school ground. In that case, I might be able to outwit him. Jeez. I never thought I'd kill the same person twice in one day. I guess it just means the human world is always filled with bloodshed. The man is complaining as if he thinks nothing of me. I slowly move backwards. It's about 3 more meters to the window. Once out the window, it's about 20 meters to the shed. Then I can run off in an instant. See ya. Don't come back this time, kid. He says blankly as if sighing it out. Pain assails my right arm. It happened in an instant. This man's lance is thrust without time for me to react. I would have faced my second death with that blow, but what prevented it was my newly made sword. He must have thought it was just paper. The lance thrust as if the poster wasn't there, was deflected by it and it slammed into my right arm. Wow, that's a strange technique you've got there. The man's expression goes away. What voice did I give him? I don't remember. His carelessness disappears, and now he's staring at me with beast-like eyes. I screwed up. I was just being stupidly optimistic when I thought I could do something. The thing before me is a monster beyond belief. Painfully, I realized my foolishness for letting my guard down, even slightly against him. That's right. If I'd been really desperate, I should have run frantically to the window as soon as I miraculously avoided his first attack. I thought you were just a kid, but I see. I do feel some magical energy from you, even though it's weak. That must be why you're alive, even after I stabbed you through the heart. He points his lance at me. I won't be able to block it. Why doesn't Shiro try, talking to him? Yo, dog, why you trying to kill me, man? And then he would be all like, well, because I don't kill mages. And then the Shiro would be like, because normies ain't supposed to see me. And he would be like, well, I'm magic. And then he would be like, yeah, I probably should have figured that out from the fact that, you have magic flowing from you. I won't be able to block it. I can't possibly block that lightning-fast blow. If his weapon were a sword, I might have been able to at least prepare for it. But that's a lance. A sword follows a line, but a lance has a point. How am I supposed to block a blow from a point that I can't even see coming? Good. It looks like I might be able to have a little fun. The man's body descends. In that instant, his lance is swung sideways. I block the lance coming at my face with just my instincts. Good boy, here comes the next one. There's a huge whirlwind. I don't even know how he's moving the lance in a small room, but it makes a beautiful arc and comes to attack my body from the other side. My constructed sword moved to stop it, bends. Moved to stop it, bends. Is he using a hammer? Damn, this numbness feels like I've broken bones in my arm. Damn you. Huh? I swing the sword instinctively. He must take me lightly as he hasn't pulled back his lance, so I flick away the shaft with my sword. The arms that hit it go numb. The sword bends even more, and the man's lance only moves slightly. You're useless. I gave you a chance, but you didn't do anything worthwhile. Well, I guess it's asking too much to expect a good armed fight from a Magus. The man was just playing with me. He let me hit him once since I blocked him twice. But I used my one and only chance for just a makeshift attack? That's why it seems no point in fighting me anymore. You let me down. I'll just kill you now, kid. He readies his lance again. During that small, unnecessary movement, what you want, you idiot? Without looking behind me, I jump out the window. I break the window with my back and roll outside. I roll a few times and get up. Without a thought, I turn and swing right behind me. The man hesitates a moment as I deflected his lance thrust. As I expected, if I jumped out the window, he would definitely come after me, and he would kill me even before I could get up. That's why I expected the fatal blow and swung at it. It was a bold plan. I would have died if it was a second too late or a second too early, but considering the difference in our skill, I could never have been too early. So all I had to do was get up as fast as possible and swing at what was coming behind me. The result was perfect. I won my bet and deflected the man's lance. I quickly regained my balance. Now I have to make it to the shed before he recovers. Fly. Huh? The man who supposedly had his lance knocked away comes up to me empty-handed and spins and executes a roundhouse kick. The scenery flies past me. My battered chest is numb and I cannot breathe. No, what's more surprising is I'm flying. I never in my dreams thought that I would be sent flying by a mere roundhouse kick. I fall to the ground from my back, and I hit a wall and come crashing down. I can't breathe. My vision is blurred. I manage to stand up, supporting myself against the wall of my destination, the shed. I track the man with my blurry vision. I must have been kicked 20 meters. The man approaches, lance in hand. I'll be killed. I'll definitely be killed. The man will be here in a second. If I don't want to die now, I have to get up and face him. The lance comes out at me. I can't even turn around fully, and my collapsing body faces the man's lance. Damn, if you're a man, keep yourself together. How fortunate. I got lucky as I couldn't hold myself up and my knees collapsed. The lance goes over my head and hits the door of the shed, opening it. Oh, so this is my last chance. If I go in the shed, there will be something that I could use as a weapon. I enter the shed on all fours. There. Here, this is it. A fatal, inescapable blow is thrust. You! And I block it. I unroll the poster and make it a one-time shield. A huge impact. The open-up poster did block the lance, but it was not strong enough. It pierced through and transformed back into its original paper. Hit by the impact of the thrust lance, I'm flung to the wall. I fall on my butt and recover myself. When I raise my head to try and find a weapon... Checkmate. That was a pretty surprising move, kid. The man is pointing the lance at me. This is it. The man's lance is pointed directly at my heart. I know this. This is the smell of death I felt just a few hours ago. But I don't understand. You're quick-witted, but you suck at magic. It seems like you have talent, but I guess you're just too young. I can't hear him. My mind is focused only on the weapon in front of me. It's only natural, because I'll die when that thing is thrust. So everything else is gone from my mind. What else can I think about now? That things have ended up like this. It's unlikely, but maybe you were the seventh one. Well, this is it. Oh, okay. So I was planning to say, because when, like, you know, we're about to be saved, I feel like that shouldn't be a spoiler. Like, I don't know if anyone's, like, going through Fate in general for the first time through this read through, but I feel like that isn't a spoiler, because how else would the story continue from here? But I was about to say, I feel like it's pretty out of character for Ku to be all like, yeah, this rando kid, he's a Magus. Guess I'll go kill him again. I was about to say, like, everything about his character from Unlimited Blade Works, at least the anime and the Heavensfeel anime, and everything in Grand Order, which I know a lot of people are like, Grand Order's a weenie butt game. But, like, everything from him in there and from the animes I've seen, he's like, this always felt out of character to me, because I'm like, why is he attacking Shiro here? Like, what the freak, dude? But that makes sense. If he is, like, trying to, like, be like, oh, you might be the seventh master, I guess that makes sense. I guess. But I feel like Ku should have been like, oh, you're not the seventh master. Granted, he also knows that, I mean, he doesn't knows that the seventh isn't summoned yet. But at the same time, with how unskilled Shiro is, he probably shouldn't expect Shiro to be the seventh, I guess. I don't know. It's still weird. It makes a little bit more sense, but it's still weird that he's killing Shiro right now. It's unlikely, but maybe you were the seventh one. Well, this is it for you if that's the case. Well, it's it for him regardless. So, the man's arms move. The movement I couldn't even see before looks like it's in slow motion now. The running silver light. The spearhead moves straight for my heart. It'll spill my blood in the next second. I know this feeling. The feeling of metal running into me. The taste of blood coming up my throat. The sense of the world around me disappearing. I felt all of it earlier. And I have to experience it again? Really? I don't understand why I don't understand. Why do I have to go through this? This is bullshit. I can't accept this. I can't just die here meaninglessly. I was saved. I was saved, so I can't die so easily. I have to live and fulfill my obligations. If I die, I can't do that. But the lance will pierce me. The spearhead will cut into my flesh and pierce my heart. It pisses me off. It's ridiculous to kill someone that easily. It's ridiculous for me to die so easily. Dying twice in one day, that's ridiculous as well. Damn, everything is so screwed up that I can't contain all of it. Damn it. I won't be killed meaninglessly by someone like you. I would commit fully to the yelling, and I almost went for it there, but I was like, that'll I don't have the proper mic setup right now. If I was using my voice over mic that I use for my other channel, I would, but I don't have this mic set up for that. So I'm not going to. Huh? Truly it. What? It appeared like magic. In a blinding light, it appears from behind me. My mind stops. All I know is that the figure who appeared is a girl. The moment it appears, it repels the lance thrust at my heart and steps up to the enemy without hesitation. Can it be? The seventh servant! The man readies his deflected lance, the girl swings something she is holding. Sparks fly twice. A strong swing. The man hesitates, receiving a heavy blow from the girl. He must have realized he has a disadvantage, as he jumps out of the shed with bestial speed. While keeping her guard up against the man, she quietly turns to me. Dun 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 dun. That's the thumbnail shot, baby. God. You know, Takashi Takeuchi, I think is how you pronounce his name, is like one of my favorite artists ever. Like, I love his style is just so unique and it looks so good. And you know, looking at this game, like looking at Shiro, I'm like, he doesn't look right there. I'm not the biggest fan of how he's drawn. His hair's all weird, making him look a little awkward. His later designs for like the UBW anime Heaven's Feel, like basically his modern design has him looking so much better. But dude, he pulled off Artoria so well. Like, holy, like, I can't even. And then the lighting and the light effects look so good in this shot. Like, even with his art, I guess, like, you could say it's like a little rougher. That's not the best. It's just not, like, in my opinion, as good as it is now, obviously, since this is, like, so old. Like, 3 years away from being, like, 20 years old, I think. So, or is that just when the Dean anime came out? I don't remember. But dude, this shot is iconic for a reason. Just everything about it is so good. Everything about it. The only complaint I have, again, is Shiro's hair. But that's literally it. Only complaint about this entire, like, the composition, the lighting, the line work, everything about, ooh, crisp and clean, baby. But, no, hang on. Yeah, that'll be where we end for today. If I hadn't stopped to go on that whole rant, I would have just kept going until she asked him the whole, actually, you know what? No, we're just going to do it anyways. The wind is strong today. The clouds drift and the moon appears for a brief moment. The silver light that shines as the shed lights up a girl in knightly form. I'm speechless. Not because I'm confused by the sudden turn of events. I'm at a loss for words because of this girl's overwhelming beauty. Also, I did realize that my mouse is still visible, so I'll get rid of that. The girl stares at me emotionlessly with her jewel-like eyes. I ask of you, are you my master? I'll workshop the voice. But with that being said, I will see you guys in the next one. Which I'm going to record like right after this, so I don't know how much workshopping her voice is going to get. I'm just going to go with it until I find something I like. That's pretty much it. But yeah, until then, hope y'all have a fantastic day. I'll see you guys in the next one, which I already said. Bye-bye. 1, 2, 3. Click. Okay, guys, we are back seconds after the last one, which is really good for me because it's been last episode took months to record. This one seconds after, baby. Let's go. What? Why? In my settings. Sorry guys, this is a terrible start. General. I have it set so my mouse shouldn't be showing up. I don't know. That's really lame. But yeah, last time we summoned the girl, the poster child of the whole series. Also, I found out recently. Wait. Oh, now it's gone. That was weird. I found out recently that that I think it was Tight Moon just straight up admitted, like, yeah, we designed Nero as a girl and to look like Saber to, like, trick people into thinking it was Saber so they'd buy the game. And I'm like, you know what? I don't respect you guys tricking people into buying it or trying to, but I respect that you would admit it. With that being said, let's just, like, jump into the story, since it's like, it's going, baby, we're going places. She says in a valiant voice, Master? I only repeat back her words. I don't know who she is or what she's talking about. All I know is that this small girl is the same kind of being as the man outside. Ooh. Gosh darn it, I should have gone slightly further into the episode so I could get this as this thumbnail. It depends on if there's anything good in this fight. The girl says nothing and just stares at me silently. How can I put this? The figure in front of me is so special that I forget the situation. That the man outside could come and attack at any second. Ku's just out there I saw that! My mouse is back! Why? It went away for a second, and I know like it disappears if I'm not moving, but like when it was gone for like that tiny period, I was sitting there wiggling it around like this, and it was completely gone. So I was like, sick. But I just like to imagine Ku's just outside like, guys, I'm still here, you know that, right? You only knocked me away for a second. I'm a professional fighter, I'm just gonna come back in there and stab you both. It feels like the time has just stopped, time has stopped just around me. The fear of death has disappeared, and only the girl fills my vision. Bro, you and weebs everywhere. I, Servant Saber, have come forth in response to your summons. With that many V's back to back, Saber was very hard to say. Please, give me an order, Master. She speaks again. The instant I hear the words Master and Servant, a pain shoots through my left hand. It's like a hot iron has been placed on my hand. I grab my left hand instinctively. That must have been the signal as the girl quietly nods her lovely face. From this time forth, my sword shall be with you, and your fate shall be with me. Yo, she said the thing! Now, our contract is complete. Contract? What are you talking about? Even I have some kind of knowledge of magic. I understand what that word means. But the girl doesn't answer me and looks away with the same grace as she had when she nodded. She looks at the door of the shed. There stands the man, his lance ready in his hands. Yo, you guys done making out? Can we start fighting now? She moves faster than I can think. The knightly girl leaps out of the shed without hesitation. Exclamation point. I get up and follow the girl, even forgetting the pain in my body. There's no way that girl will be a match for him. Even armored like that, she is a girl smaller than me. Yo, dude, this fight's epic. My words are silenced by the sound. I need to move my mouse. Hang on. Give me a moment. Give me just a hot Secarano. What? I can't believe my eyes. This time my head really goes blank. What is she? Go on, give me some sick stuff for the thumbnail, baby. The sound of weapons. The moon is hidden behind the clouds, and the yard has returned to its original darkness. In it, sparks are born from steel hitting steel. The lance-wielding man wordlessly attacks the girl who jumped out of the shed, but the girl parries the blow of the lance and knocks away all of the attacks, driving the man back with every blow. I just like that Artoria is just so much stronger than Lancer, than Ku specifically, that even summoned by Shiro with her stats being ridiculously lowered, and having like no mana to drop on for a Noble Phantasm, she can just still hand it to Ku. Or at least I think her stats are lowered, I believe. I can't believe it. The girl called Saber is overpowering that man. The battle has begun. What happened between me and him earlier wasn't a battle. Battle is a fight between two people who can kill each other. Whatever the difference in skill, If each has a way to kill the other, then you can call it a battle. Their fight is a battle in that sense too. The man's lance that I couldn't even see is thrown with even more power, but the girl parries it with that thing in her hand and closes in on the man. Damn! The man retreats a bit. He holds his lance vertically to protect his ribs as the girl goes for them. Ooh. The gray part wasn't away long enough, gosh darn it. For a moment, the man's lance glows. It was a blow like an explosion. I guess it really was one. The instant the man blocks the thing the girl is holding, the lance in his hand glows as if electrified. The man, and even I can tell what that is. There is a force of magical energy so strong that it is visible. And each of the girl's blows is a terrible amount of magical energy. The outrageous amount of magical energy is penetrating the opponent's weapon just by touching it. Such a thing. It must take such force just to block it. If you think of the man's lance as an accurate sniper rifle, the blows of the girl are like those of a powerful shotgun. Every time the girl swings, the yard is filled with light. But that isn't what's overpowering the man. Coward! What are you doing hiding your weapon? The man complains while avoiding the girl's fierce attacks. The girl doesn't answer, but only attacks even more with that thing in her hands. You... The man retreats, with not even a chance for a counterattack. It's only natural, because the girl's weapon is invisible. As he cannot sense her range, it would be careless to attack recklessly. Yes, it is invisible. The girl definitely has something in her hand, but as you can't see what shape it is, or nor how long it is, you can't tell anything about it. That's fair. She's not that, I'm pretty sure she's still stronger than him, but it is kind of fair to just be like, yeah, Ku's just, mid, he's getting his trash whooped by her. I mean, she does have an invisible weapon. That's a fair point to make. Perhaps it's totally invisible, as it does not even show up when sparks fly from it. Damn. The man must be having a hard time defending against it, as his moves aren't as sharp. And the girl lets out a voice for the first time. She swings her weapon with more fury. A storm of swings without pause. The flying sparks remind me of a blacksmith hitting iron. The lance-wielding man blocks them, clucking his tongue. I must say, I admire his skills even though he tried to kill me. The man is blocking invisible blows, watching only the opponent's legs and arms. But that's it. You only need to beat down someone who's gone defensive. As if to say so, the girl steps even closer to the man. Delivers a final blow with all her might as if smashing him down. Don't underestimate me, fool! He must see this as his opponent, as his opportunity as the man disappears. No, he jumped back, making it look like he disappeared. The girl's blow cuts through the air and destroys the ground, kicking up dust. The blow, swung as a final one, was easily dodged. Idiot, what is she doing? I can tell even from a distance. I don't know about the careful blows from before, but such a big blow won't be able to touch that man. Even that man's body must have been straining under all those attacks, but he suppressed it for an instant and jumped away, as if this blow will determine the victor. Ha! The man who jumped back several meters jumps as soon as he lands. As reversing his retreat, he jumps at the girl. In contrast, the girl still has her sword in the ground. That opening is irrevocable. The red lance returns in less than a second. The girl twirls her body with the sword still in the ground. So the contest lasts less than a second. The man sees his mistake and tries to hold back, while the girl uses her whole body to execute the blow. Is it just a swing up? Is that what it is? Let us get a better look at that art. Gah, the man was blown away and the girl who blew him away both seemed discontent. It's only natural. They each launched their blows to kill the other. Even if they allowed them to escape immediate danger, they were worthless. Their distance opens. The two stare at each other silently. What is wrong, Lancer? It would not do your name credit if you just stand there. If you will not come, I can. You're going to come and die. I don't mind, but let me ask you first. You're a noble phantasm. Is it a sword? Yo, he's got them cheeks, though. The man glares, as if staring right into her heart. Who knows? It might be a battle axe, or it might be a spear. It might even be a bow, Lancer. Please, people only shoot swords. They don't swing bows. Keep talking, Saber. Perhaps it's really funny perhaps it's really funny for him. Man, the one called Lancer lowers his lance. It looks like he's indicating that he doesn't want to fight anymore. Question mark? The girl is puzzled by Lancer's actions, but I know that stance. It was used in that fight a few hours ago in the schoolyard. It was a fatal move that was supposed to have ended the show. I'll ask just in case, since this is our first meeting. Do you want to call it even? It's not a bad deal, right? See, that senile master over there is useless, and it so happens my master is a coward. I think it's both of our interests to hold off on this match until we're better prepared. I refuse. You will fall here, Lancer. I see. Geez, all I wanted to do was check things out, you know. I didn't want to stay long once a servant came out. It seems like the air around them distorted. Lancer lowers his stance. A chill runs through the air at that moment. It's exactly like then. The magical energy rumbles in a whirlpool centered on that lance. Noble Phantasm. The girl readies her apparent sword and glares at the enemy in front of her. The girl facing the enemy knows better than I how dangerous he is. See ya. I'll take that heart of yours. The beast jumps. Lancer instantly appears in front of the girl as if he teleported and thrusts his lance at the girl's feet. It was a bad move, even in my eyes. With the lance already lowered, it would be effective to aim low at the girl. To prove my point, the girl jumps over the lance and moves toward to slash Lancer right away. At that moment... Gay? With the words themselves charged with magical energy. Bug! Listen, dog, even though that didn't look good on the waveforms, I couldn't resist going a little at it, you know? I wanted to go way harder, just because hearing him say gay bug is so cool. I was like, I want to do that. Maybe I'll have to play around with my settings so I can actually start yelling things. That would actually be a lot of fun. Granted, it's a little lame with them being, like, separated like this, but whatever. The lance was thrust at the girl's feet, rushes towards her heart. Also, that makes a lot more sense than how it happened in the anime, because he just kind of... I guess he, like... The whole point is that it reverses reality, so it'll always hit the heart. So it doesn't really matter what he does with it, as long as it hits. I was about to say, it's a little weird in the anime when he kind of, like, throws it. It just kind of automatically targets her, but it still makes sense with how the ability works. Blech. Her body rises into the air. The girl is driven up by the blow... into the air by the blow of the lance, and she crashes down. No, lands on the ground. She's bleeding. The girl who hasn't even received a scratch so far is bleeding badly from her chest. A curse? No, a reversal of causality. She speaks in pain. I'm surprised too. No, since I saw it from a distance, I can tell better than her that the attack just now was a strange one. The lance was definitely aimed at her feet, but it suddenly changed its course, moving strangely in an impossible direction and pierced the girl's heart. But the lance itself has not grown or bent. It looks so natural that it makes me think that the lance was already in her heart. For that reason, it's strange. It's not as simple as the lance changing its course and piercing her heart. The lance did not change its course, but changed the means so that the result would be so. The lance thrust with the name carried the result of piercing her heart as a premise. As a premise? In other words, the process of the results were reversed. As long as there was the result, the lance piercing her heart, the course of the lance was merely something added later to prove that fact. That's always been such a cool, like, they gave him, Nasu was like, yeah, I want to give this guy who, like, almost loses every single fight. Well, granted, that's just always the meme, but he kind of wins every time he fights Archer. Either wins or draws. So, I don't know. But they gave him the most broken ability ever. And he doesn't win this Grail War. And I was like, yeah, okay. He just has an auto win button. That's what it is. He's like, well, I guess I'm losing. Alright, Gay Bolg pokes right in front of him. Oh, guess you're dead now. An evil thorn that breaks through all defenses. A lance that pierces the heart every time it's used. A weapon that determines your fate just by its use. How can anyone block such a ridiculous attack? However the enemy tries to dodge it, the lance will pierce their heart without fail. That's why the move is fatal. A cursed lance that always pierces the opponents with one thrust. But the girl has evaded it by a small margin. She is wounded, but is not a fatal blow. In a sense, her actions were more impossible than the lance. The instant the lance was thrust, she turned and jumped back with all her might, as if she knew this was going to happen. Either she had incredible luck, or enough divine protection to nullify the curse of the lance. Either way, she avoided a fatal blow and sullied the lance's name. The girl catches her breath. The blood that was running so much has stopped, and even her stab wound is healing. I guess that's extraordinary. I knew she wasn't normal, but still, that's too strange. Like her skills to fight against Lancer, like the incredible magical energy in each of her blows, and like her body that heals by itself, the girl clearly surpasses Lancer. But that was only up till now. Even if it's healing, her wound is deep. If the Lancers attacks her now, she'll be defeated without even being able to defend herself. But with this overwhelming advantage, Lancer doesn't move. He glares at the girl, grinding his teeth so hard that I can hear it. Ugh. You evaded it, Saber. You evaded it, Saber. My fatal Gay Bolg. A voice that seems to echo from the ground. Gay Bolg? You are Ireland's man of light. Lancer frowns. His hostility disappears and he clucks his tongue in annoyance. I screwed up. If I'm going to use this move, it needs to be fatal. Jeez, I guess being too famous is bad too. The pressure goes away. Lancer doesn't even attack the wounded girl and simply turns his back and moves to the edge of the yard. It is the rule of servants to fight to the death if your identity is discovered. But, unfortunately, my master is a coward. He's telling me to go back since you have evaded my lance. You are running away, Lancer? Yeah, I don't mind if you come after me, Saber. Just be prepared to die when you do. With one bound, Lancer easily jumps over the wall and disappears. Why did Kirai want him to run? Like, I know that Noble Phantasms use a lot of mana, but couldn't he have just thrown another one and then, like, Saber barely lives that one too, and then he just walks up and ends her? I don't know. He could have tried. Wait, Lancer! The wounded girl starts running to pursue the enemy. Is she stupid? I run through the yard with all my strength. I think that the girl will go after him if I don't stop her instantly. But there's no need for that. When the girl tries to jump over the wall, she clenches her chest and stops. I run to her and stare at her. No, I try to approach her, to call out to her, but I forget about it the instant I come near her. To put it simply, everything about her is absurd. Now that I'm near her, I can tell that the shining armor she wears is really heavy. The old-fashioned cloth is a smooth, vivid blue. That's a weird way to structure that sentence, but it makes sense. No, that isn't what fascinates me. The girl who seems to be a few years younger than me is beautiful. The golden hair lit by the moonlight is finely textured, as if sprinkled with gold dust. The face with some sign of naivety has elegance, and her white skin looks soft. I can't call after her because I'm fascinated by her beauty, and also for another reason. Why? Because seeing the girl fighting and getting hurt somehow made me mad. No matter how strong she is, or how armored she is, I think it's wrong for a girl to have to fight. All the while I'm fascinated with her, the girl has her hand on her chest, but that ends quickly. The girl lets her chest go and looks up as if the pain has gone away. She stares directly at me. I'm not sure how I should talk to her, but I notice something about her. The wound is gone? Even though Mr. Hart, the lance stabbed her in the chest, but she's unscathed. I've heard of healing magics, but I didn't see her use anything like that. So that must mean she automatically heals even when she is wounded. Then my brain switches gear. This is no time to be fascinated by her. She's a strange being. I can't let my guard down until I know what she is. Who are you? I take a step back as you What do you mean? I am the servant Saber. You summoned me, so I did not think you should need to confirm it. The girl answers in a quiet voice. The servant Saber? Yes, so please call me Saber. She replies without hesitation. Her tone is polite yet gentle, and just hearing it makes my head go blank. Hey, what am I getting excited about? I see, that's a strange name. I had my burning face with my hand and replied really stupidly. I don't know what else to say. I wouldn't know of anything, a such thing to say. Since I asked her name, isn't it natural for her to introduce herself? In that case, it would be unpolite to stay silent like this. I'm Shiro. My name is Emiya Shiro, and I live in this house. What am I doing? Are my answers getting stupider? She told me her name, so I should answer her too. So I should answer too. I know I'm confused right now, but I have to be polite no matter who this is. The girl, Saber, just stares at me without changing her expression. No, wait, I take that back. That's not what I meant to ask you, actually. I know you're not... I know. You are not a formal master, correct? Huh? But you're still my master. As long as we have made a contract, I will not betray you. There's no need for you to be so cautious. Crap. I can hear her words, but they make no sense to me. All I know is that she's calling me with a ridiculous word like master. That's wrong. My name isn't Master. Then I shall call you Shiro. Yes, I like the sound of that better. As soon as she says my name, I think my face lit up on fire. Shouldn't you call someone by their last name on a first meeting? Wait a minute, why are you calling me... Ow! Pain suddenly runs through my left hand. It's burning. The back of my hand is burning. My hand feels like it's on fire, and on it is a strange mark that looks like a tattoo. What the... That is called a command spell, Shiro. It is the 3 claims on a servant's obedience. In the life of a master, please, do not use it thoughtlessly. Who... Before I can finish with, are you? The air around her changes. Shiro, heal my wounds. She speaks in a cold voice. It seems her attention is on something far away behind the wall and not on me. But is she expecting me to heal her? Wait, you're asking me? I'm sorry, but I don't know any such difficult magic. Besides, it's already healed. Saber frowns a bit. I think I said something really wrong there. Then, I shall face them as I am now. The generation only healed the outside, but one more fight should not be a problem. One more what? There are 2 enemies outside. Judging by their presence, it should only take a few seconds to defeat them. Saying so, Saber jumps lightly. Just like Lancer, she leaps over the wall and disappears outside. I'm left alone in the yard. Enemies outside? As soon as I say it aloud, I realize what it means. Hold on, are you going to fight again? My body starts to move. Without thinking, I run to the gate with full force. I run to the gate, unlock it with trembling hands, and jump. Saber, where are you? I search through the dark. The moon is hidden now. Of all times, it is completely dark, but I hear something nearby. There! I run to the small road with no sign of anyone on it. It all happens in an instant. Saber is confronting a familiar guy in red. Saber runs at the man in red without hesitation, takes his guard down with one blow, and easily slashes the man in red. Saber raises her arm to finish him off, but right before the man in red's neck is slashed, he disappears as a powerful magic is cast. Saber doesn't stop. She dashes to the person behind the man in red, easily cuts off the large spell the person launches. What the? I knew she was strong, but this is overwhelming. The spell right now is at the level of intervention magic that I cannot even compare to it. Father could use one as strong as that, but to cast a natural intervention of that power instantly, I don't think even a first-class Magus could do so. But Saber nullified even that masterclass magic. The enemy must be a Magus that the match is decided right there. The Magus' attacks are no use against Saber, but she mercilessly attacks the Magus. The sound of someone falling backwards. The Magus has miraculously dodged Saber's blow, but the enemy now cannot move. Saber corners the enemy and points her invisible sword. My mind freezes, probably because the moon lights up the scene for an instant. I can tell that the figure Saber is pointing at is human. I can't tell who it is, but the image of Saber killing someone and getting splattered with blood pops into my head. Saber moves. She'll pierce the enemy's throat with the thing in her hand. Stop, Saber! I scream as loud as I can. Her sword stops. Thank God I can't see her sword. Even her invisible sword isn't wet with the enemy's blood. Don't. Please don't do it, Saber. I address her glaring, preparing myself to do my best to stop her. Why do you stop me, Shiro? She is Archer's master. We have to kill her here. No, Saber has no intention of stopping. She only stopped because I said so, and she is ready to bring her sword down at any time. I'm telling you to wait. You're calling me master or something, but I don't understand anything at all. If you're going to call me that, I think you should explain things to me first. Saber doesn't answer. She only stares at me in silence. You're doing this in the wrong order, Saber. I still don't understand who you are, but I'll listen if you talk, so please don't do this. Saber is silent, still pointing her sword at the fallen enemy. She looks at me discontentedly. What do you mean by that? Are you demanding ideals, like not hurting anyone unnecessarily? Huh? Not hurting anyone unnecessarily? Well, it is true that we should avoid fights as much as possible, but I'm not so good-natured as to release someone who came to attack me. So you're saying do not take life, even if that's of the enemy, correct? I will not obey such an order. An enemy is someone you must defeat. If you still want me to stop, make me obey with your command spell. I'm talking about you. A girl shouldn't be swinging swords around all the more so if you're hurt. Oh, wait, I don't even know if it's a sword or not, huh? Anyway, you're a girl, so you can't do that. So, I've heard that Shiro's sexism isn't real, and he's just doing it as an excuse for people not, because people say that Shiro just doesn't want Saber to get hurt for him. But, this doesn't have anything to do with that. She's clearly already won. What does it matter if she's a girl in this situation? I don't. Maybe Shiro's a little problematic for 2004. I don't know. Oh, that's all I'm saying. Saber looks dumbfounded as if taken aback. How long were we standing like that? So, when will Saber-san lower her sword? The figure on the ground suddenly speaks. Saber suddenly returns to concentrating her attention on her sword. Give up. I have no sword to lower in front of an enemy. Even if your master says to lower it? Wow, so even Saber would betray her master, huh? Saber grits her teeth. Saber lowers her sword and relaxes. Saber's hostility disappears, so she must have put away her sword as well. I see. Then can I stand up? Then I can stand up, right? The one on the ground stands up. She looks shameless, brushing her rear. Hey, wait a second. That sulky person is definitely... What? Hey, you're Tosaka. Yes, good evening, Emiya-kun. You know, I in the last episode I was saying, Takeuchi's art is definitely, gone better over time, but he's still very good at expressions. I love the expressions he gives everyone. Yes, good evening, Emiya-kun. Tosaka replies with a big smile. That gets me. If she greets me normally like that, everything that happened up till now seems like a dream, and... No, my head's about to explode. Geez, how easy would things be if it did? Maybe he's just better at drawing girls. Maybe that's why he turns everyone into a girl. Because I just realized, but the only problem I've had with people is, Shiro. But then he still draws Rin great, everything about her looks super good. Saber always looks amazing. But sometimes Archer and Lancer also look a little weird. Sakura's looked pretty good so far. So's, Taiga. Wait, no, is that... Oh gosh, I'm blanking. Whatever. We're moving on. So you're using magic right now, so that means... I'm a Magus? Well, we're the same, so it's not something I should need to hide. When she replies clearly like that, it makes me seem stupid for asking. Let's talk inside. You don't know anything, right, Emiya-kun? So saying, she walks towards the entrance. What? Wait, what are you thinking? And then she turns, and the smile on her face isn't like the previous one. Are you stupid? I'm thinking about a lot of things. That's why I want to talk to you. Emiya-kun, it's good to be surprised by sudden turns of events, but it could sometimes cost you your life if you just don't accept it. If you don't just accept it. Incidentally, do you understand that now is one of those times? Ugh, that was terrible. She glares at me. It's fine if you understand, so let's go to your place. Tosaka goes through the gate. She's really pissed. It's only natural. She had a sword pointed at her until now, and she was almost killed. No, but still. Is it just my imagination, or is she totally unlike how she seemed at school? And I think that's the perfect place to stop. That's about as much as we thought I was gonna get done. And it is really weird seeing at this situation, because I was expecting a command spell to be used right there, but it wasn't. So it's really weird seeing things already be different. And now I'm just sitting here like, does it really take Archer the entire route to heal? Excuse me, that was a little bit of a burp. Did it even show up? Yeah, it did. Okay. Because like the thing that like changes between the routes is just like Archer gets taken out early in this one, so we can't really dick around with Shiro as much. Yeah, this is interesting. I'm interested to see where it goes. But yeah. I guess I'll see you guys in the next one. I feel like this is gonna sound weird, but I feel like I'm either like a master of outros or I'm terrible at them. There's like zero in between of like, that was like a mid outro. It's either like, that was so well done, or it's like, oh gosh, you're so awkward, just end the video, which I'm about to do. So I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.